There we go. Moody Blues.
What number are you on in your podcast?
'93. This is the ADLR Podcast, episode 93. Why are you asking, Randal? Any
I talked
particular
to you
reason?
about it off cam.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about our Pornhub anniversary?
No.
Ooh, we doing Pornhub for our 100th?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Randall's a connect for us.
Oh, shit. So, if you guys haven't realized that the trash is coming through your headphones, this is the ADLR Podcast, where we regurgitate garbage and you laugh at it. I think. Anyway, if you want one place where you can get all of the garbage in one place, you can go to my website at www.adlrplays.com. Right now, you can just hit housekeeping as a command.
Can you make it a shorter word?
I mean, I can put HK later, and maybe that'll work. So I don't know why did it show rocks
Show three times rock.
combo? I don't know what that means. Anyway, so I'll sort that out later, I guess. I don't know why that's all that extra shit happened, but we'll move on with that. I don't know what that means. Anyway, website, yeah, you can go on my content there. I have links to the Extra Life for the proceeds. That's the word I'm looking for. Goes to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. And as always, there's a fan mail and topic section, which I forgot to close out at 7:30, so I guess it's still open, where you can send us topics and say hello and tell me to kill myself, whatever one you want to do.
You know what we should do for the next week up until the 100th episode? We should just practice like it's the 100th episode.
Like
so
the
that way it's not a total shit show when we get to the 100th episode.
So we just do rehearsal take 1 and rehearsal take 2. Right up until 100, and what's going to happen is Comcast is going to start doing maintenance as soon as 100 starts. And I lose my internet. And then I'll have to blow up someone. Right, Randall?
Hilarious.
I don't condone violence.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
As he beat the shit out of people in the streets. We'll get to that later.
Right.
What? What do you mean, right?
I said right.
Oh.
Like, you said he doesn't condone violence. Or he says he doesn't condone violence, and you said, as he beats the shit out of people in the street. I said right.
Brian's had enough.
Keep up
He's
with the
out.
conversation.
Brian's had enough. He's out of here.
Yeah, I'm out.
So yeah, so we switched over back to Discord stuff. It still looks fine. So, and it's easier to grab onto this, which I think is good.
I think they've also updated their servers because I haven't had nearly as many problems lately with Discord as I was having. You can see they've also obviously done some updates because of the way that the videos changed.
Yeah, the actual videos look a lot better than the last time we used Discord. So
Yeah.
good for them. They probably got a bunch of funding after everyone started using Discord once the quarantine happened. That and what is it? Zoom, Mazda, whatever.
Oh, Zoom's under a lot of fire right now because of the sharing data with Facebook. I think it is.
Oof. People, tell everyone what you're doing at all times. That makes a good business. Wink, CD Projekt Red. It's easy. Just take notes. That's all you got to do. Literally, just take notes of what other people are doing, the right way. Anyway, so we're back after a week of crazy roller coaster anime, crazy 4-player co-op Streets of Rage 4, crazy surprise drop of Drake album. Bruh, I don't even know where to start. Should we go from like what came out first to the latest thing to come out? And then I guess that would be Streets of Rage 4 would be the latest thing, right? Or I guess Drake's album. Yeah, let's do that.
What do you want? Okay.
We'll do that. Because Kelsey's got freaking Sonic and Stuber on here. So. Yo, you saw Sonic and Stuber before Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Because I've only really been watching movies with Shannon.
Oh, right. And she doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
He's not allowed to watch the movie by himself, apparently.
Oh, that's also true. What do we got here? Let me switch over the pic. So, I mean, you saw Stuber. We talked a bit about it on here. I think it was just me and Randall that saw it. Am I correct? Encoding overloaded. I love it. Everything's just garbage right now on my OBS. Love it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, man, what'd you think
Of Stuber?
of Stuber? Yes, sir.
Stuber was hilarious. Like,
Oh, okay.
but the whole premise behind it is so flawed. Like,
The whole
I
blind
don't know anybody who had
LASIK.
that didn't have like sight within 30 minutes of actually finishing the procedure.
Oh, really?
Nobody. You know? I mean, when I had it, it lasted like 15 minutes, and Adam came to pick me up as I was finishing on the drive, and it took like 2 or 3 minutes for us to like get discharged and whatever and go out the door. And as we were driving home, I could read license plates. So I don't know what the fuck they were like. They were thought this was a good idea or what. Like, this is just it's a little ridiculous, but it in itself is hilarious. Kamal Nanjiani is amazing.
I like the chemistry between him and David Bautista in this. It was pretty funny. Because
Yeah,
I got the whole blind for 2 hours. I was like, or more than that, obviously, because it takes place in a long.
Yeah, because he like passed out, you
Mhm.
know, and he got it done like early in the morning, and then fucking 11 o'clock at night that he could finally start seeing as the sun's coming out. Like, how ridiculous is that?
He's got state of the art technology, so now his kids will have perfect vision. That's why there's a difference between the procedures. That's how strong it is. You don't buy it?
I don't buy it. Like, the
Okay.
premise of it is really dumb, but the show itself is really funny. And the store, was it the store owner? The
The store owner.
yeah, that Kamal's character works at, the guy that owns the
Oh
like,
yeah,
sporting goods shop.
the douchebag guy.
Yeah, like, I was like, that dude looks really familiar, but I can't place where he's from. And then I realized he plays in Modern Family, and I was like, oh, that's why I know him.
Oh really? He is?
Which
Pretty
one?
sure that's him in Modern Family. Let me pull it up real quick.
Okay. That's the guy he gets like the courage to beat the crap out of after they steal his stuff, right? From the store.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he doesn't. Does he beat the crap out of him? No, they beat the crap out of each other, and then the guy comes out with a crossbow, you know, and is like, what, what are you guys doing? And that's when he stands up to him. But the douchebag is, yeah, he plays in Modern Family, and then the stripper that he gets, that Kamal's character gets life advice from, I was like, that dude looks really familiar too. And I realized that he plays the boyfriend husband thing to, do you guys know who Reba McEntire is?
I do not.
So
Country
she's a
singer.
famous country singer, and she has a very unique life, I guess,
Okay.
where she got divorced with her. She got a
Bless
divorce.
you.
She got a divorce, and then but her and her husband stayed really good friends. And she even eventually became friends with her husband's new wife, who she caught him cheating on her with. And their daughter gets pregnant by her high school sweetheart, who's like the captain of the football team and just like this dumbass jock. And it was really funny. I saw him and I was like, that dude looks so familiar. I have to figure out who he is.
Okay.
And then I found him, and he's from Reba, and it was absolutely hilarious.
I didn't know him at all. That scene is really
You know
funny
you
when he's
did,
at the window.
Anthony. Kev from Shameless.
Oh, yes, that's what you're talking about. I don't know why you're talking. I thought you were talking about the black dude with the long dick that came out afterwards.
No, he didn't talk to him. He
thought he was
only
talking to
talked
him,
to one
too.
guy.
I thought he talked to the Kev from Shameless, and then the guy who walked by. Oh, he also spoke to him.
No, he only talked to Steve Howie.
I mean, that guy had a piece. That's probably why I only remember him. So, and he was swinging that around. He looked like a horse.
I did think it was funny that they played the whole like nice guys will do anything to get the girl to notice them, and it doesn't work out, and the guy finally like stands up and says like, yo, look, I can't do this anymore, this is ridiculous, I've done so many dumbass things and you haven't noticed, you date a bunch of assholes and then cry to me, and it's just not gonna work for me anymore.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Wasting my time, so I'm out. That was a quick little arc, though. I remember that. Now that you mention it. All right. So, do you recommend it to other people? I think did we end up recommending it?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't even remember if we did or not.
I think you said if you can, don't go to the movie theater for it,
Yeah.
but if you're bored, it's something to watch.
Okay.
And it was funny, but I wasn't like,
It's
it
not a
wasn't
must
like,
see. Like, it's not.
no.
This isn't
If you
Rush
don't
Hour
see
1.
this,
Yeah.
if you don't see this, who fucking cares? Like, whatever,
Gotcha. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get back to back on this, Kelsey. So we're gonna go from Stuber to fucking Sonic the Hedgehog here. So.
So first,
let's address
the update that they did was amazing. Like the fact that they listened to the internet and just destroyed whatever the fuck that was that they originally created.
Yeah.
and created the new one was definitely way better than if they had left it. Like it would have, it still bombed, I think, but it literally would have just lost everything. Like nobody would have gone and seen the movie if they had left whatever that
abomination
freakish furry
was.
man-child thing is that they had originally created.
I saw this post on Reddit that showed the marketing strategy for this movie, and it was, hey, let's make an abomination at first, make them believe we're listening, and just put in what we're going to put in. People will come and watch it. And I'm like, that's possible. I can see people doing that. Because, man, they flipped on that 3D animation so fast. I'm like, how did they make all the assets so quickly? And they just reanimated and did everything. I'm like, okay, well, we have the technology, I guess.
So, I mean, the movie itself was pretty entertaining. Another one of those that's just like, if you grew up with Sonic, go see it just to see it, because it was,
a Sonic movie
like that. Yeah,
Okay.
It was one of those nostalgia moments. But it's another one of those that's just like, if you don't see it, you haven't lost anything.
Got it. It's not Super Mario Brothers live action. Like, those that you have to go watch.
I loved the live action of Super Mario was great because the the turtles were
the Goombas.
Absolutely disgusting.
They were supposed to be Goombas. Those lizard things were supposed to be Goombas.
Terrible.
Yes, they look like
You're
Yoshi's
talking about
office.
the one where they like have that goo, the yellow goo, right?
Oh wait, maybe not.
Yeah, with John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Yeah. And then Bowser looked like just like a human being with some thing, and dinosaur, and Yoshi was a literal dinosaur.
Yeah. Love that movie. That movie was hilarious. Like, I saw that when I was a kid, and it was one of the best things ever.
Yeah, I saw it when I was young, and I'm like, this is
so
the yeah. If I see that, I haven't yet to see it as an adult, but if I see it as an adult, I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck was I on when I watched this?
But I also really enjoy Bob Hoskins, who's the guy who plays Mario.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of an icon for me when I was growing up, and it's just hilarious to see him in that.
All right.
But I really loved the wife's sister, the big black lady that was telling him telling her to get divorced all the time in Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
We moved.
We transitioned, and I transitioned back and realized there was no context.
Yeah, I'm like, where was there some? When did Mario? When? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But in Sonic, like where she, like literally anything that he calls, divorce his ass. You need to leave him. He does something sweet. She's like, you should. That's your sign. You need to get out.
No matter what he did.
She was really funny.
Is it? Who was that actor or actress? Was she something?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know who she was. What's his name? Jim Carrey. He's got to be sore. Like,
out of
just
lifting
so
the movie.
Sore. play
That's
that.
what Randal said.
That movie, it was pretty bad, but he did a great job playing the like smartest dude in the world type thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, like Rick's level of
Rick
just asshole.
Sanchez. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Where he's just a total asshole because everybody else is completely inferior to him and he has no use for them. They're literally just disposable tools that he's literally trying to replace with robots, And I loved the very ending. They, after the movie ends, they show him as the like original design for Robotnik with
Uh-huh.
the big friggin' mustache and no hair, the red suit on and the glasses, and I thought that was awesome.
Oh, okay, cool. But it was like near the end, and it wasn't really like that wasn't his final form. Like he wasn't in that. He's how he is in this picture here with the black hair and the.
I don't have you up. Hold on.
So he's not in that bald orange hair look at all.
No.
Not
into the after credits.
Okay. Basically his "I'll be back" phase.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
cool.
picture you have up is him in his normal outfit.
Okay.
Throughout most of the movie, and then the actual Robotnik has the like orange sideburns with the huge mustache that's like really fluffy.
Got it. So yeah. So that means they set it up for, hey, when we make another one, he's gonna be back as the OG Robotnik.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they sort of set it up to have a second one. I don't know that it's actually going to happen because I'm pretty sure that the movie just bombed.
Let's take a look.
That's what I was doing, trying to find out what the box office was.
Hedgehog.
Oh no, it actually did gross. Budget was upwards of 95 million, and the box office 306.
Oh, then this one's old. The budget says 85 million, and then revenue is 265 million.
I mean, it's still a net.
A lot. That too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're making another one.
Maybe there will be a second one, because they set it up at the very end to have a second one, and
I'm sure the more.
Surprises.
Okay, I'm sure they're gonna add more characters.
It?
I did not. It was Randal, the only person that's seen it. So I'm sure they probably hinted at another Sonic character, and this is probably their chance to add even more Sonic characters, so then more people can go watch it.
Yeah.
People are joking.
If another one comes out, I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm not gonna see it in theaters, but I'll see it.
Yeah, right. Well, slow down, Sonic.
People were joking that they're doing a Smash Bros. Cinematic universe because Detective Pikachu and Sonic are out.
I mean, I'd watch a CG version of a Smash Bros. Movie. I'd watch that. Not in theaters, but I'd watch it.
Just know if they release an animated Mario, confirmed.
I thought they were working on an animated Mario. Might have been a TV show or something. Okay, cool. But we're gonna hit Kelsey back because he's coming in with the retro stuff. So we're gonna start with the old stuff. We're coming with the new stuff. So you loaded up Final Fantasy 13 over the weekend.
Yeah.
My first question is, why?
Mostly, I wanted to play it and have other people watch that either haven't played it or have played it, and then when it finishes, they can explain the fucking story to me.
Got it.
So I'm gonna do the all three of them. I'm gonna do 13, and then I'm gonna force Adam to watch me play 13.2 and 13.3 because he knows pretty much all of 13, I think, and 13 at least is somewhat comprehensible.
You can follow the lore the plot lines. These are the l'Cie, these are what happens when they turn you, and you know what the bad guy's doing.
And the ending was pretty, not really straightforward, but for the most part straightforward. I don't remember exactly how it ended the way it did, but I remember the ending. I just don't remember why it just suddenly happened.
Uh-huh.
And so but you could at least go, okay, I understand that. And then 13.2 came out, and they were like, no. And then just they literally wiped the board clean, fucking backtracked. Shit does not make any sense anymore. The timeline's broken. people are disappearing. Like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
They just threw a wrench in for the hell of it.
Yeah, like they just fucked everything up just because they were just like, well, we can, so let's do it.
Right. And I'm assuming it's supposed to fix itself by the end of 2? Or does it carry on over to the third one? The what the hell's happening here?
So I don't think 2 and Lightning Return they're actually like they're connected, but I don't necessarily think that 2 causes Lightning's return to happen.
Oh, so it's not like a direct sequel. Is it like a spin-off then or something?
I think they kind of go in parallel
to
an extent, but I'm not totally sure because I really just don't understand what's going on.
Got it.
You know, like I played the game, I put a ton of hours into the game, and I still am just like I got nothing. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it to you.
Okay, that's fair. How far have you gotten so far? I know you were playing it right before this went live.
So let me see how many chapters there are. There are 13 chapters, possibly a 14th. That might just be a post-game thing, though. I think I'm on chapter 11.
Oh, bro, you almost done.
Sort of.
Or is it
I'm
like
pretty
chapter
sure
12 where it like opens up and you can go do free roaming things?
chapter 11 is where it really starts to open up to
Okay.
like start free roaming. And I think there's like a ton of shit that you can do in 11, and then 12 I think is somewhat short, and then 13 is also pretty short, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the New Dawn, which is the post show where you get to like go back to Grand Pulse and do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do.
So have you started the
So
grind yet? Or have you just still going through main stuff in 11 before you move on to 12?
I literally just hit chapter 11.
Ah, okay.
Like, as the podcast was starting, I was trying to like get into chapter 11.
And then you killed
Well, I
the
guess
thing?
technically got into it. I was just getting my ass kicked by Alexander,
The Great?
the Guardian Force
Oh,
or the Summon. I think they call them Eidolons in
yeah.
this one.
Yep.
Um,
That sounds familiar. So I'm going to say, yeah, well, regardless if it... Because I remember reading that a lot. So,
but yeah, you have Alexander comes out of Hope, and he's like this. He's not like the strongest, but because he's more of a defense force, but he's like the most impenetrable Guardian Force. And
okay.
it's just, I fucking hate Hope. I haven't met a single person that's like, Hope is the best character in the game. Everybody agrees that he's one of the strongest characters with his magics and healing and whatever, but fuck that character.
Yeah, I can't at all tall. I don't know, something about him. Something about I don't know what it is. It's just maybe the way he looks or...
Well, his whole demeanor, like he just is so annoying, and all he does is whine and piss and moan about how like it's so worthless and pointless. I don't know what I'm doing,
For like the majority of it.
Yeah, like the first 3/4 of the friggin' game, he just whines and cries and is upset with Snow because his mom died, and he's blaming Snow. And it's like, first of all, bitch, your mom volunteered. Second of all, you guys are gonna die anyway, and you guys technically didn't die because Snow saved you. And it's just, I don't know. I hate that character.
It's a hard pass on that character. If I could have replaced him, I would have. That's about it, man. So you enjoying your ride through 13 again? Getting nostalgic going through all this shit? Or are you just like, fuck this, and I'm trying to get over it?
I actually really enjoyed 13. Like, I really
okay.
like the combat system. They fixed some stuff in 13 too that I really would have liked in 13. You only get to actually control one character. And so you set up what's called a paradigm, and each character can be at the end game can be any of the 6 classes, I think it is, or I forget how many others. Like Commando, which is like physical based, Ravager, which is magical based, and then you have Synergist and Saboteur, which are buffs and debuffs, and then you have Sentinel, which is like a tank. It literally just like provokes the enemy and tries to take the damage. And then you have Medic, which obviously is the healer.
Yeah.
and you set up your paradigms depending on who you have to do like damage. The general offensive one is having a commando with 2 Ravagers, so that the commando like slows the stagger gauge from depleting, and then the Ravagers boost it up really quick. And so you have those two just kind of dishing out damage all at the same time. And then you have your medic for healing, sentinel if you need to like stand there and take a bunch of damage, and your synergist and saboteur for buffing yourself, debuffing um, the enemy. But the way it works is really cool because you get to like control like the battle types and things, and but the problem is that if your main character, if your leader dies, the game's over. Like it's not like, oh, he dies, you switch to one of the other ones, which is really shitty in my opinion.
No,
Um,
it's not. That's fact. It's not an opinion. It's objectively bad.
and then in 13.2, you have only 2 main characters, and then you get to like capture or collect. It's basically like Pokemon. You just collect all the monsters in the game, and they're your third fighter.
Okay.
But if your main character dies, it just switches to the other main character, and it's like, why didn't you do that in the first one? Like you have 3 characters. Why the fuck should you just, oh, it's over. You died. You lost.
I wonder if they thought it would be too easy. Like they didn't scale it properly, so I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question for a developer there. Or maybe they thought it would be too much for the user to handle, which I highly doubt, because the previous games had crazy mechanics that people were able to understand, no problem. Shit.
But the combat system was pretty cool. I mean, it for a turn-based style game, your ATB gauge allowed you to like charge up to I think 4 actions, and then
Mhm.
certain actions took 2 of the ATB gauges, and you could proc them at any time, or you could let it build all the way up and do a bunch of stuff. So yeah, like I liked it a lot more than 12's combat system, because 12 you could literally just AFK farm the game. You set up all of your uh what was it called?
It was like scripts or something you told me about. Like
Yeah,
you can have it like loop through a certain area and fight like whatever randoms are walking around in the area, and you can have it loop, right?
basically. I mean, you literally just like hold the forward button, and your characters will just do the rest. And I'm pretty sure there's actually an area where if you set up the scripts correctly and just put them in a certain position, they will literally walk around the area killing things for you.
That's
So
dope. So by the time you come back, you're just like super overpowered, and you can just mow down the rest of the game.
dumb.
That's what I'd like to hear. Just go in there and one shot everything. Those numbers matter, dude. All right.
I guess.
Sounds like you're having a fantastic time with 13. You gonna continue streaming that this week, I'm assuming?
I'm gonna try to. I don't know how much time I'll actually have to do it this week, but yeah.
Okay. Yo, Kelsey, like you just watching all this. Well, this I guess isn't old, but since we're already like 90% through your stuff, tell us about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, my guy. Is this like season finale or series finale?
Season finale.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's not
a series
I
finale.
don't know that it's been renewed yet, but it was the season finale. Um, I don't know that it's been renewed for another one. See if I can find out real quick. But the
Okay,
season itself is hilarious. Like, yeah, they're taking a lot of the characters to the extremes and trying to back down some, which
right.
is great. Like, I really can't stand it when you take a character to the extreme, because what happens is the character just does whatever the fuck they want with no consequences. Period. You know, and
And also
it
they
gets really
just
boring, and it's frustrating to sit there and watch them go, "Oh, I'm just gonna murder 60 people," and
that's it. That's
that's it.
another
Yeah,
Tuesday.
like you know,
Handmaid's Tale.
Oof, yeah, the plot armor is the thickest I've seen in that show, dude.
and which one?
And Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
You'll be fine with it. Like the first season was really cool, and I think we're on 3 or 4.
The 3 was the last one.
And
So
3's the
they're
one with-
making the 4th.
So the first one was really cool. The second one was like, and then the third one was good to watch for a specific household family, which were really cool. I forgot their last name though.
Lawrence.
Of Lawrence, yeah, the Lawrence household. Those characters were really cool to watch. But in terms of the main character,
Sorry, didn't mean to
no,
interrupt.
that's it.
NBC renewed the series for an 8th season ahead of the 7th season premiere.
Oh, so they've been said,
they're-
yeah, we're getting another season.
Yeah, because like they were on Fox, and then they canceled the series after 5 seasons, and then NBC picked up the 6th season, and then because, like, I mean, I don't understand. Adam and I talk about this all the time. They're like, what's the #1 rated TV show on the on TV?
On the network.
Yeah, that show. Cancel it. What do you mean cancel it? Like, what? You just not like making money? What is wrong with you?
The only thing I can think of is that, like, season per season, a lot of these big shows, the actors ask for more money.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
So the only thing I can think of is maybe they got out of budget, and instead of like cutting individual people, they were just like, let's just axe the show, because if they cut out X person, it's not gonna be the same, so they're gonna hate the show. Or I'm sure it has to do with money.
I'm sure it does. Though, like, I don't know. I don't really see this group of people being one of those that's like, no, I'm not gonna do this unless you pay me like more and more per season.
Right.
You know?
Well, I'm looking at Terry Crews here, and I know he's definitely not that dude. He can't be
No.
that dude. In my mind, he can't be that dude.
No, same thing with
Even the SNL kid, the main one.
Andy
yeah,
Samberg.
Adam
What is it, bro?
Andy Samberg.
Andy
Andy Samberg, yeah.
I don't see him doing like I don't even everyone that's in this picture right now. Like actually, I don't know the female, but the 3 dudes, I'm like, there's no way. So yeah.
Yeah.
And you said it's been getting funnier and funnier each season, right?
Yeah. And
So it
that's
has to
Melissa
do-
Pinero.
Okay.
She graduated college and then started in a soap opera. Started
wow.
starring in a soap opera. And I think she's been in quite a bit of stuff. Let's see. Try to see if there's anything in here that we would know.
I don't know if it's just maybe that picture. It doesn't look familiar, but
Yeah. I don't really see anything on here that like we would have seen that she's been in a lot.
okay.
But I happened to catch an interview with her, and she talked about how she graduated college, and the next day she started playing in a soap, and so she's been
She's been
doing pretty
working,
well for
yeah.
herself. I don't know much about Chelsea Peretti. Not Chelsea Peretti.
That's the
Andy's-
comic that you guys are talking about, right?
Chelsea Peretti's a comic.
I thought you guys said she was a comic. That's on the show.
She's apparently in Big Mouth, which I think is hilarious.
That's a show on Netflix, right?
Yeah. It's all about Big Mouth is all about like it's literally a story about puberty and guys and girls going through it, and it is absolutely fucking hilarious. And if you ever get the chance to watch it, you should watch it. At least the first season.
Okay.
Don't watch it with your parents.
I know. Nope. Nope. I wasn't like, all right, going to put this in the backlog. Parentheses. Watch parents, and then crossed it off just now.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine still really funny. Still really enjoying it. Can't wait till the 8th season comes out. We'll see how far this actually goes,
Okay.
but I'm excited.
All right. I think we can take a break on you then.
Can you?
Yeah, we can. And now, I got something to get off my chest here. I've been binging a specific anime because I've been told to for quite some time. And I think I'm approaching the end because end type of things are happening. It's time for the JoJo update. And boys are going to be spoilers. So let me just go ahead and throw that shit up right now. Randall, if you're going to watch this show, spoilers are coming.
All right. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna walk away for a second.
Yeah, because this is gonna. Yeah. All right, he took his headphones on. Randall, this is your one and only warning. You're in it? Okay. All right. So, I've made quite the update. I'm on episode 31 of 39 now of JoJo. Last we spoke, what was happening? Does anybody remember what I told y'all last? No? Oh, well.
I just remember the Molto. That's what you put in the chat.
The Molto, but that was probably after that last week's episode happened, though. Perhaps. Anyway, big things that happened. Great enemies. I need to shout out Notorious B.I.G. That was an insane villain. That was like, yo, it's becoming slowly becoming a horror movie after every freaking villain that comes up. And I think that's figured out why I enjoy watching these villains go up against the crew. Because the crew needs to find out how to defeat them while being attacked by them. And you as a viewer, you're like, what the hell's happening? How would they... Like, they set the pieces... Like, if you're playing chess, like, oh, now it's Mista versus whatever villain. Like, how's Mista going to get this villain because of the properties he can do with his stand? How's he going to mix it? It's awesome. That's where I left off, because it hadn't happened yet. They were en route to take Trish to the boss. That's the last thing I think I was... Yeah. So they make it to the boss. Or, well, the building the boss told him to go to. Bruno has a heart-to-heart with his team. Tells him, hey, you guys need to stay here, because only the boss gave specific instructions to get in there with one person. Bruno, obviously being the leader he is, went himself. With a little help from Giorno Giovanni. He gave him a tracking beacon because, I mean, there is an underlying mission to find out who he is, so then they can take over and they can be gang stars. Anywho, they go up a elevator that they were instructed to go to, and in the middle of a conversation, Trish gets snatched. And I mean, leaves her hand on Bruno's hand, like holding hands, and then the next frame, she's gone. As in the arm, her hand was in his hand still. Rest of the body gone.
Her arm got ripped from her body.
Like it's like if you let's say you're holding onto this.
Yeah.
It's looking at the elevator door.
Uh-huh.
Him speaking, looking back. Your hand is just on the microphone.
Just my hand. So everything from my wrist up is gone.
Gone. I'm like, what the fuck are they about to do? In enters. Well, fuck, I don't know. Crimson Emperor Crimson or something like that. What's his? Is it Emperor
Something like that.
Something Crimson. That's the stand name. We don't know at this point in time. We don't know who the boss is. We just see his stand. The stand's ability is to remove time. King Crimson. Thank you, Javi. He can remove time. So when Bruno started fighting the boss, which I'm assuming, he would attack and then he would end up attacking himself because he removed time from certain things and positioned them in such a way where it's like he's manipulating time in a way that's beyond what the Jotaros have been doing. Like, what's his name can stop time for a couple seconds, right?
So do you mean
who?
From part 3. Jotaro. Jotaro can stop time for a bit.
End, yeah.
But this guy can just remove it.
So do you mean like if I was fighting you and I threw a punch at you, you would manipulate time and
that could be somewhere else.
You would be somewhere else, but you would make it seem like I punched myself.
That's what it looked like in that fight. There's a lot of stuff that they don't elaborate on what he can kind of do. So it's really weird.
But the person he's fighting will be long gone.
He can be, but he wanted to kill him.
So
spoilers.
He would just be somewhere else, like in a room.
Yeah, and just to move just because he can see seconds into the future, so he can be like, "No, I don't want that to happen," and just removes time. And then it's like OP shit. So he becomes that character now, where if he's nearby, you tense up because we haven't figured out a weakness yet at this point in time because Bruno. It's just Bruno versus him.
And this is an antagonist.
Yes, and this guy is. I think he's the. Whoa, bless you, someone in the background. Anyway, yeah. So right now, this is at this moment in this episode, you don't know. Bruno doesn't know what the hell's happening. Giorno, who put the tracking device on the boss, is noticing time is skipping on the outside because he was instructed to stay outside. Bruno's inside while fighting the Emperor.
There's a tracking device on the guy that has this ability?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it.
And no, he doesn't. But it didn't matter. As he was being tracked, he starts seeing things jump out of order and stuff, and then things around him are jumping. Like he'll see two of the other characters like having conversation about a donuts or something, and then next frame like time skipped and the donuts are gone and he already ate it.
Okay.
And there's another one where he's sitting down and there's rats on the other side somewhere. Time skips or whatever, and now the rats walked over somewhere and are now eating a dead something. And it's like, what the hell's happening? So, what's his name again? Sorry. King Crimson gets the better of Bruno and punches him right through his stomach. Like dead Randal.
The guy named Crimson is the one manipulating the time?
Yeah, he's a boss. And punches him right through. And the problem with that scene is because Brian told me a specific thing. Everyone he like died the same way, is what Brian said. And Koichi almost died that way. And so when I saw that happen, I'm like, and the episode ends. It's him suspended in the air with an arm going through him, and his eyes are like dilate, like he's dying.
Yeah.
And then it ends. And that's when I had to take a break. I stopped watching that night, and I'm like, I'm that's it.
So everybody on the team is getting bodied.
Wait, but there's only one character, Randal. I haven't even gotten to what happened. This is where I kind of have a problem, and I don't kind of have a problem because of a future episode. So, once I collected my my mind here, I'm like, all right, we got to get back into this. We suffered a heavy loss. Episode 20. This is episode 20, by the way. Go back. First frame they show in the episode is him just arm right through the fucking abdomen.
So it was an immediate
Yeah, it was a continuation. Like, yo, he's dead. He gets dropped. King Crimson tries to finish him off, but Giorno gets there in time with the rest of the crew. Because Giorno's like, there's something wrong. He runs in, and then the rest of the crew is like, no, we were instructed to stay here. What are you doing, Giorno? So they follow him to be like, yo, get the fuck back over here. But like with like his dying energy, he like zips up. He uses sticky fingers, which is Bruno, the white one that's fighting him. Yeah. To like escape him and go up an elevator or whatever. It'll get to the first floor in some way, so then he can see. Mm-hmm. So he can at least get to the first floor and people can get to him. Somehow he gets there and he survives because Giorno's ability, Golden Wind, can bring life to any inanimate object. So he made the missing parts in him. He made out of things. Now, with a caveat, because he was like literally dead, like dead, but he was somehow breathing life. And I'm like, that's weird, right? Giorno notices that too. That was written like that on purpose. So as they got away, and Crimson's like, you know what? I can't attack all 5 of these guys at once because they'll body me. So he lets them go off. But as they were getting back to the boat, Bruno and Giorno's like, hey, I betrayed the boss just now. It's time to make a choice. You're going to continue this fight with me, or you're staying here. To this point, they were just following orders. But Bruno and Giorno had the plan of, we're going to overtake the boss without the other ones knowing. But now that it's all up there, the rest of the crew has to make a choice. Whether go with them or, stay loyal to Passione, which is the gang. And of course, there was some hesitation for some of the characters. I did not expect one to not go at all. And that was the case. Which is, I like. I don't like everyone just, we're all happy-go-lucky.
I mean, if he was seeing people getting wrecked, like, he probably was scared.
He didn't see any of that. The only person that saw what the boss can do was Bruno, which is this guy down here. Oh. And he's the leader. So he was like, yo, this is we're going up against the boss. You can still do whatever you want. Everyone but Fugo goes. And I'm like, that's odd. Very odd. Maybe because maybe he's too OP in a way, because his gas, even if he could delete time, maybe he'd die instantly. So maybe they're trying to write him out so they don't make an easy boss ending or something. Again, this is the time of the show, of the episode. So, oh, E-Man in the chat, what's up, dude? So yeah, that happens. Everybody leaves besides Fugo. Trish is informed of what happened, because they've saved her too in the minute. While he escaped, he took Trish too, which is the boss's daughter. The boss trying to kill his own daughter. So Bruno is not about it, because he had a backstory on. I'm not gonna go through the backstory because you have to watch the other series. But Bruno's backstory was one of it needs to be righteous. It's how he was raised. His dad was like a simple fisherman that did right. It was very touching backstory. Anyway, when Narancha swam to the boat, I teared up. I'll get to Narancha in a minute. Narancha is almost Tom Holland levels of his voice actor anyway. Is Tom Holland levels of acting. Because we'll get to the dreaded episode, but Narancha's this guy right here.
What you're talking about right now is going to lead up to what you saw like a couple of seconds before that.
Yeah. I'm trying to cut through a bunch just to get the big points, which was Bruno's death / what the hell, like he's still alive. Speaking of that, Giorno notices he like gets lightheaded after that whole encounter, takes a knee, but his hand goes through a nail. No blood comes out.
So is he like stuck in some sort of time void or whatever?
And now, to their credit, they didn't wait too long before. I guess they kind of wait too long to address what the hell's going on with Bruno. But they did anyway. So it's like he was like an empty shell of a person, because there's like no blood. Later on, Trish, who's the boss's daughter, sees that he's cut on the leg. Again, just empty hole, no blood coming out of his leg.
Okay.
Again, but to I guess sum that up, spoiler. Oh, I already have the spoilers thing up there. It's because the little light, because he caught him right. The Golden Wind caught him right, literally at death's door. That's what Bruno's telling Giorno anyway. That by the time this is probably over, he's not going to be alive anymore, because the energy he gave through Golden Wind, which is his stand, is what's keeping him alive. Anyway, the villains. I already spoke about the villains. Notorious B.I.G. All the stands are named after like music people. So one of them is called Notorious B.I.G. And that was literally a horror movie. So this stand is the way this stand attacks is movement. The faster you move, the more attentive it is to the thing moving, and it goes and obliterates it.
So it's kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
But it doesn't stop, Randall. They're on a plane when they encounter this guy.
Okay.
So you're like, okay, just throw it out the plane. Well, the plane's moving, Randall, pretty fast.
So everybody on that plane is a target.
Yeah. A man cut his arm off while the thing was on him out the window, and it flew off. It somehow managed to get back on the plane.
What?
Because I think 1 or 2 particles of it because it was like a gushy thing, and it came right back in. And now, since everybody was like trying to recuperate from the first battle, it's just Trish against this thing, which is the daughter, who we all suspected had a stand user or like a stand power.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the episode. Again, I'm going through major plot points. She unveils it. It's Spice Girl, like the Spice Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Her ability is she can turn anything into like a rubber, like stretchy material.
Mm-hmm.
So she uses that to its advantage. Like if she'll run real quick, get behind something, turn the thing she's in front of into rubber, and the thing will try to hit the door to go through, and it'll stretch and go flying backwards.
Okay.
But if it hits something that wasn't moving, it hurts itself. It's a weird stand. The Notorious B.I.G. is a weird thing. So they settle that fight how they settle it. I don't want to spoil it because they get pretty creative. At this point, when you see a new villain, it's like a new level in a puzzle game. It's fantastic. You have to figure out what can it do, what it can and cannot do. How do you think the people who are fighting them are going to figure out how to beat the person while they're losing blood, getting limbs cut off, like people, whatever. So they reach the destination where they needed to go on the plane to find out who the boss is. Because again, they haven't seen him; they just seen his stand, which is the time forcing thing. Excuse me, I'm getting like winded and excited. The boss has. They give backstory on. I don't know if they give backstory on the boss's. Not corpse. What is it, like his shell? What he lives in. So the kid that he lives in, because he's like multiple personality, which I thought was fantastic choice for them to do. So the bad personality is the boss, while the other one is just a kid who's part of the gang. Because Doppio. No, the clever thing about this is, you're like, oh, why would I want to know the backstory of this kid? Because one, it's a pretty cool story. Second, you think it's everyone against Bruno's crew. When they all get to the specific spot, the boss gets attacked by the leader of the Hitman team. Because he also wanted to become a traitor. His name is Rossetto Nero, and he is also awesome. His stand is Metallica. Second favorite
character, Anthony.
Oh, that's who it was? Oh.
Second favorite character.
Well.
You know why I don't like Naranjo.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway. What was I at? He started fighting the leader of the Hitman team. Because like the mob has a Hitman team, obviously. Well, his is called Metallica. Because he's like Magneto, but with iron. Like the iron within Randal. This is like
so he can pull the iron out of your body?
Randal. I wish it was that. This is a very graphic fight. So he can grab the iron in you and turn into whatever. So he went up against the boss person, and inside his skin, he made a scissor come out.
Oh my God.
And he had like razor blades cut, like a guy vomited out razor blades, and like needles bursting through the guy's face. Like, this guy is like, he earned leader of the hit. Like, he can manipulate iron in a way where it's like, oh my, it made. Since Doppio had a bit of the boss's power, he can see into the future, right? For a couple of seconds. So he saw that he was gonna get scissors in his throat. So he's like, oh fuck, how am I gonna like, because he didn't know how to attack him yet. Neither did the viewer, because they're like, how the hell is he putting razor blades in his mouth and like spikes coming out of him? And we're like, what the hell's going on? So he sees that it's about to happen. He tries to block. He can't, because it's like, what? I mean,
yeah, it's inside your body.
But you know it's happening, man. So you're like, oh, it's about to happen. So you're like, oh, you try to do it. And he puts the scissors, and the guy starts opening the scissor inside of him. But he tries to, and so before he rips his throat out, he's like, no, and he rips the scissor out of his neck.
Does he survive that?
Yeah, he's bleeding out, and like, since you have iron in your body, like that's what gives you like stamina.
Yeah.
So all of this is like he's removing the physical embodiment of the iron he had in his body. So he's losing stamina, getting tired every time that stuff happens.
Gee,
again,
that's horrible,
I'm not gonna go through the whole fight, but like that's the kind of bosses near the end of this season. I guess this is happening, and it's awesome. It gets super graphic to the point where like, oh shit, like these guys are here to like, this is the Hitman team. They're here to kill you. Oh my god, dude. But okay. And then it leads to the first death of the crew, which is Abakio. I saw that today. It's very sad. I thought it was going to be Bruno because of that first stuff. He survived. Javi says it's cool that the boss has two stands since he has two personalities. It's still the same stand, though. Because he said he's just giving, well, to my knowledge, I haven't seen all of it like you guys have, but he's saying he just gave the same stand that he's using to Doppio. Isn't that what it is? Well, I guess maybe that's a spoiler for later. But yeah, the boss personality that's in the kid is what gave him the time one. So he's using it to survive. Because obviously if that kid dies, he's dead. It's still him. King Crimson, that's what it's on. The Foresight thing is his own stand. I thought that was Crimson's, because he says, remember to use what I gave you And then that's when he starts using the foresight. Okay, well, if it's two different ones, the verbiage seemed like it was his. Anyway. So yeah, Abakio's death. He was there to use his Moody blues because his stand is the abilities to relive time. So he can like sit here and use his stand on you, and the stand will turn into you, and he'll do what you did in the past up until whatever point. It's like a detective thing.
That's crazy.
Which makes sense because he used to be a cop.
It's like the third character you mentioned that manipulates time.
Well, he's not manipulating time. He's just reliving it. Like life is already recorded, so that stand can access the past.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like a recorder.
Yeah. Okay.
Moody Blues.
Yeah. And I thought that one and
tell him how it happened.
Yeah. So like I said, he survived that fight with the Hitman team. There happened to be some dumb kids playing soccer near the freaking area where he was trying to do his detective work to find out who the boss is. The ball gets stuck on a fucking tree, and of course he's like, being the nice Abakio guy he is, he's like, let me go help him. Knocks the thing down, but he doesn't know that the boss has swapped with one of those kids.
Oh snap!
So as the ball goes down and the kids start going with the ball, he bumps into one of the kids, and that's when the stand comes out and just whap right through the
chest.
Yep.
Or stomach or whatever.
And they the same thing as before. The eyes dilated. He left them sitting down on a rock, and then the camera pans out and you see his stand just deteriorating. That's usually the sign that he's dead because the life force is
connected. Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Now here's when Narancia just like Tom Holland this shit, because it was him. First they had a scene of him back at a restaurant talking to some cop. Damn, it was not gonna hit you, Randal, because you haven't seen it. But back when they were introducing each of the characters, Abakio was once a very like straightforward cop, a do-good cop, and then once he started seeing that all he done was a waste because all the people that he was defending were just criminals and stuff, he became a dirty cop. Problem is, after time went on, he got a new partner that was just like him. He's there to do good. That's what the case with whatever the hell, that was the thing. So he was like, oh, this do-good cop. That do-good cop saved his life by jumping in front of a bullet and dying. And that's when he's like, I can't do this crooked cop shit anymore. And Bruno approached him and like, you're still good at heart. Come work for my crew because we're gonna be the shit. Well, this is like one of those you're in the afterlife kind of thing, and he's greeted with that cop. So, and the cop tells him, "No, you didn't do bad. You did really good. You did well, but not in a sarcastic way."
Yeah. It's
Like
kind of like
and it's okay. You did what you could.
He kind of like had a Thor moment, like you're still worthy of like being good.
And he had that moment. Cut to the rest of and it cuts from that to the crew just watching him pass away.
Jeez, man.
And then the kid, which is this one here, Narancia, is just losing it. Like, wake up.
Oh, he's beating on the body as he's dying.
No, he's not he's already dead, but he's like, you know how Tom Holland was like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, the corpse is there, but he just.
Yeah. I
guess he hasn't fully accepted that he's dead.
And it's that. And it becomes like a good 2-3 minutes of that.
That's horrible.
And Bruno's the leader. He's like, we have to leave now. And I'm like, I'm glad he didn't die earlier because we needed this line from him. Because when they left, Narancia was asking Bruno to order him to go with him because he didn't know what to do. So it comes full circle, and bam, he yells, Narancia, I'm ordering you, let's go.
Yeah.
As they're all obviously manly men trying to hold in their emotions, but the kid is like just losing it. And then boom. Yeah, it was very, very well done. That was definitely a hit. Oh my God. And then from there they get an intel from a random person that you need to come to Rome because we have intel on how to kill. We have a chance to kill this guy because he's invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the arrow that we've been seeing throughout this entire series. That if you're hit with this arrow, it's like a virus. It'll hit you and you'll die, or you'll come back to the other side as a stand user, because it's a special type of virus that came from a meteorite.
Mm.
So they're like, so how are we supposed to use this? Well, I can't tell you that. You have to come to Rome. While they're in Rome, they fight two more stand users, like a tag team. One of them, this is like a brilliant tag team. It's Green Day. It's called Green Day. It's a poison one, where if anything on your body goes to a lower position, it molds up and dies like a virus.
Mm-hmm.
So, like if you're standing like this, Randall, and you go, "Hey, that's pretty cool right over there," and as you're lowering your hand, goodbye hand. So now they can only go up or stay on the same level, or they'll get this thing and die. And you're like, "Oh, that's pretty easy. Some will just keep going up, right?"
When you say go up, you mean like physically?
Physically.
So like if you're on the ground, if we were on the first floor, we need to come to the second floor.
Yeah, and then we can never go back down to the second floor or the first floor.
What the heck?
It's like a puzzle. It's like a new level of the puzzle. It's fantastic the way they make these. And you're like, oh, that's pretty simple. Just go up, right? His friend / lover / like best friend has one called Sanctuary. Seko, yes. E-Man in the chat. He goes underground and pulls the ground underneath of you. So while you're worrying about the fucking mold, you have to beat him because he's going to keep dragging you down. And you got to keep in mind, this is happening in real time. They don't have time to think. It's act. People's like hands are falling apart. The way they introduced the gas one was two drunk dudes. One was holding like a fire hydrant behind a staircase. And the other one's like, yo, come on, man, you're drunk. Let's go piss somewhere else. Or whatever the case is. The guy pulled. They were both drunk, and he started pulling the guy. That's no problem, right up the stairs. The guy's hand and lower body was still down there as he was pulling it up. And then the upper body was just held up, and he saw that. And he's like, "Oh my god!" And he dropped him.
He's done.
He dropped the friend, and he's more mold. And he's like, "Oh shit!" So he jumped off the staircase to get away from him.
Yeah.
And then his lower body just green because of the mold, and he hit the ground and just shattered.
How fast does the mold travel?
The further you go down, and how fast you go down. It's crazy.
But I mean, like the dude that was carrying the other guy, he got hit with mold too?
A little bit, and his hands and stuff. So he freaked out and just tried to get away by jumping over the staircase, because that's like he was right next to the handle.
Oh, so when he jumped over the staircase, he went down.
And then he landed, and his lower body just, and I'm like, okay, this is not going to be an easy fight. And that's why you just saw me finish watching was one of the people are dead, and it shows Bruno about to get attacked by the guy who pulls. And then fucking spoiler alert, it shows somebody watching that happen, and he looks very familiar. He's got gray fucking hair. It's like this, straight up. It's gray at this point. He's old.
Oh.
But that's how it ends. It's him looking through a silver chariot, I think it is.
That's the stand.
That's a stand. I mean, it's either that or Greenfinch Fang Foom, but we know he did. So,
Why'd you say that?
Anyway, it showed him, and then it cuts to the next episode, and that's when you saw me stop watching. So
yeah,
and that's where we're at. This is by far like the best part, in my opinion. This is my favorite part so far.
That's crazy. I need to start watching again.
Like part 5 has been like this Golden Wind has been like my favorite one. It's been fantastic.
I lost my 2 favorite characters within episodes apart.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the same episode.
Because fucking Arancha's like, oh, spray this guy when he was gonna end everything for him. So then he's deceased, and then
that's not his. But it's not his problem. He was manipulated. He just the boss did that to him. That wasn't Arancha.
In my head, he was gonna join them.
Oh, okay.
In my fantasy.
I don't think that was the case, Brian.
It wasn't, but in my head, that's what I wanted.
That's crazy, dude. Man, that's sad. That's where I'm at right now. Like, this is getting ridiculous. I still have 8 episodes. And Bruno's already, like, facing his mortality in a way. Like, he's ready to, like, die. And I don't know where the hell Fugo is. And Brian, are you pissing or like?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't. This is fantastic so far, man. I'm on episode 31. I got 8 more episodes. It is. It's one of the. I think it's gonna be one of those episodes where like it's over, but I'm like, damn it, it's over. Like it's been a crazy ride. Now that I've been binging it back to back, I just want to finish it. Like it's so. The hook is in now.
It was worse because we were caught up with it, and then we had to watch every time it came out.
So you guys had to watch episode 20 and then wait?
Yeah. No.
Oh
wait.
my god!
I forget which episode where we were caught up. They caught up before me, and then I caught up, and I think by then I was already watching it week by week.
E-Man says, not... "Yep, nah, bro." Once I saw that happen to Bruno, I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?" But then I first I'm like, "Why do they bring him back like this? This is so trash." And then that line when he said, "I order you, we need to go." Well, I'm like, and then he's like, and he's still like weeping, and then he runs and falls, and all of that. That was the most emotional I've ever seen this show go. Like it was like if you lost a mafia member, like a mafia brother. Like it was. I knocked it out of the park, and I think that's it. Probably
Moody Blues.
At this point, yeah, I'll be done with it next week, so I'll give you guys my entire Golden Wind review. But spoiler alert for that, must watch. This thing has been fantastic, dude. E-Man in the chat, which sucks because I binged all the other seasons and watched this one episode by episode. Yeah, that would have been rough for me, dude.
I forget where I got in this part.
Did he watch? Shit, he said to wave our hands, right? This mother.
All right, well.
There we go. He's coming back. All right, so I highly recommend it.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff I had to cover. But short version is, bro. This is like my favorite JoJo season or whatever, dude. Like this is fantastic. It's great stuff. All right, now that I had that. Javi says watch the opening of the last episode because there's cool stuff in it. Okay. Where do we go from here? Randal. We're gonna go to Randal from here. You watched the martial arts movie this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You watched Ip Man 4. The finale.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to come clean with you. I've only seen the first Ip Man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But not. Seen the first?
Say again.
I saw the first.
How do you only watch one?
Because what happened to me was I saw the first one, loved it. Like I thought it was really awesome, right? And then I don't know if I like time traveled, but the next time I looked up Ip Man, there was 2 other movies. And then I'm like, what the hell? Were these like straight to DVD trashes? I never saw it.
I saw the first one and the one with the boxer. And that's the only 2 that I've seen. I don't even remember what number that was.
Which
That's
one was
the third one.
So Brian just straight up skipped one.
I saw the first one. I saw the third one.
Yeah.
Oh man. So tell me, Randal. I mean,
it was good.
Are these all direct sequels? Like, if I need to watch 2 and 3 before I can watch this.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all pick up one right after the other.
Okay, I saw the first one, so I know like the relationship between him and his wife or the lady. I think at the time they weren't.
Yeah, that was his wife.
It was his wife. Okay.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know there was 2 or 3 until like.
Yeah.
It was like way out already. And I'm like, oh, I guess I should catch up with this one day.
It was really good, like the other ones are.
So the martial arts is on point, like choreography.
I mean, come on, it's Donnie Yen, and a lot of those guys are real. Well, I mean, everybody in there is real martial artists.
Okay, so there's none of that quick cutting garbage. It's legit martial arts. Oh, sweet.
No. This is as real as it gets.
Without bloodshed or like real deaths.
Yeah. There's a guy in there that plays Bruce Lee.
How does he do?
So I'm very particular about Bruce Lee.
I don't. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I'm not talking about how his acting was, like his speed, like he was supposed.
Nobody's as fast as Bruce Lee.
But I mean, like not to be one to one, but you'd be like, okay, I could believe that's fast.
No.
Okay.
He can move Like his form and technique
It's on point.
is similar to Bruce Lee's, but I've watched so many Bruce Lee movies that I know exactly how he moves, and I could tell like.
So you can block his attacks.
No, and I'm not saying
okay.
that, but but I can tell in certain parts of the movie, the choreography, I could tell what they were trying to mimic. So like Bruce Lee is known for like blocking someone's kick with his foot. So like when your leg, when your hips shift and your leg comes up, he's able to see that and stick his leg out, and usually he like he usually like kicks you in your thigh, so your leg can come all the way up. So it's almost like a parry with his leg.
Okay.
So there was a part in the movie where the guy did that, but it did not look as fluid and flawless as Bruce Lee does it.
It looked rehearsed instead of like reactive.
Yeah,
like it wasn't natural.
Yeah. What else? He tried to do some other signature Bruce Lee moves, but I mean,
is it about Bruce Lee? Like the
no.
movie? Or okay.
Well, so Ip Man trained Bruce Lee.
Yes, I know about that. Okay,
cool. So Bruce Lee shows up in the movie more in this movie than he did in 3.
In 3, I mean, it was only like 4 seconds in 3.
Yeah. Which was like at the end.
Literally only 4 seconds.
It's like at the end when he kicks the cigarette out of Ip Man's mouth. But anyway, so it's when they show him, it's more so like some years have gone by. Bruce Lee is in the United States now, and he's already written his book on Jeet Kune Do, and he's also training people. And he has one of the students go to China to basically ask Ip Man to come to the States to watch Bruce Lee perform in some sort of tournament.
Oh, okay.
Initially, he was like reluctant not to do it, but he ended up doing it anyway. But basically, the movie is still about the struggle between equality as far as like Chinese and Japanese, and more so between Chinese and Americans, like the military.
Okay.
So one of the guys that is Chinese is in the military, and he's also like a sergeant, I think. So he has guys under him, and what he wants to do is he wants to introduce Wing Chun to their training.
Okay.
But Scott Adkins is in this movie. He plays like one of the generals or whatever.
That's probably like against it?
Severely against it.
Oh, okay.
So he has this guy that's under him. Scott Adkins has this guy that's under him who also teaches the class. And he uses him to pretty much prove his points whenever like someone is going against what he wants. He'll have this guy go beat somebody up or whatever.
Okay.
So that's basically the movie is the struggle between the Chinese and the American military and equality. And also it's kind of like an internal struggle between Ip Man and the other grandmasters, because when he goes to the United States, they have like a federation that is in place that's supposed to protect anyone who comes to the States that's Chinese.
Okay.
This federation helps them like get jobs, get into schools and stuff like that. Like if you get a recommendation from them, you usually can get into a school or get a job or something.
School or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he went there trying to get a letter for his son because his son was getting into trouble back home. Okay. So he wanted him to go to school in the States. Well, unfortunately, because Bruce Lee is Ip Man's student, they didn't agree with what Bruce Lee was doing as far as like teaching. They call them Westerns, which is pretty much Americans.
Okay.
They didn't like the fact that he was sharing the quote unquote secrets of Wing Chun with everybody, like opening up a school and teaching basically people who are not Chinese.
Right.
They didn't like that, so they wouldn't sign. The head guy would not sign or the letter or the recommendation
because he was affiliated with Bruce Lee.
Because he's Bruce Lee's student. I mean, Bruce Lee is his student. Yeah. So They end up going at it, of course.
How does he do? How's that choreography? Atkins is a martial artist, right?
Well, he didn't fight Scott Atkins until the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
But against the other grandmasters who are also Chinese,
Yeah.
anytime those guys fight, it's like
It's cool to watch.
yeah, because it's authentic.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's one of these guys? Is he one
Actually, that's the guy. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the dude who's the head of the federation.
Okay.
And they're I think it's so crazy how like, and I don't know if this is really true to the culture. If it is, this junk is cool. But it seems like whenever there's a dispute or disagreement, a way of solving it is to have an exhibition fight in the living room.
That's how it
Doesn't matter if it's like expensive Chinaware, like the most beautiful looking furniture. It just does not matter if it gets destroyed. They're like in the middle fighting. To solve an argument.
That's how it got to be, Randall.
But the cool thing about it is at the end of the argument, whoever wins is respected. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't agree with me and I say blah, 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 you say blah, 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 then we decide to fight it out. If I win,
You have to go do as I say.
yeah, pretty much. Like the person honors, like, okay, you're good, you beat me.
You're wise.
I see it your way.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, man. I mean, I've always liked the Ip Man movies. I'm a huge fan of Donnie Yen, huge fan of Bruce Lee, huge fan of a lot of those martial artists that are in the movie. Love Scott Atkins. The acting was really good. There was a girl who was in the it was actually two girls that was in the movie that went to high school. One of them was Chinese, the other one was American. Typical like cookie cutter. Like they designed her to be this way because this was set out in, I forget what year it was, but it was like old.
Okay.
Maybe the 50s, 60s.
Okay.
But she was like cookie cutter, blonde hair, blue eyes,
Okay.
privileged.
Yep.
Picking on the Chinese girl because they had cheerleader tryouts, and so you know how like in the cheerleader stuff they do like flips and stuff. They throw them in the air, catch them, and they do their cheers, stuff like that. So she had one squad. They're all a huge team, but I guess they were doing some sort of trial to figure out who was going to be team captain.
Got it.
So this was in the gym with the teacher and everything.
Okay.
So it was just real simple, but it was just crazy. Like it was extra. I'm just putting it
All
like
right.
that.
We'll go with that.
So like the Caucasian girl, they throw her in the air and she does a backflip.
Okay.
The Chinese girl, they throw her in the air. She does a 720 backflip and lands. And the teacher was like, "Okay, you're going to be the new captain." And then of course the
blonde
white
chick salty.
Yeah, she was salty, and they like set her up and all this stuff like that, which ended up trickling down into some huge problem in the movie, all because of that one little thing.
That's dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Some people are haters, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it was during the time when there was a lot of tension between China and Japan.
So I guess that kind of makes sense. Then one little thing would have set him off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that if you watch the movies, I mean it goes over a bunch
Like that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So as a finale, were you happy with this arc or like?
Yeah, I
Is this
mean,
the last one.
Yeah, like
yeah, this is the last one.
The subtitle's called the finale, so I don't know if it's like just for his story, or do you think there's gonna be a second one if I was
No,
Bruce Lee,
the movies were about him, so
Okay, got it. That's all you gotta say. Yeah, I got it. The finale.
yeah, it's really good. Like I said again, I can't say it enough. I love Donnie Yen. He's probably one of the people on my bucket list that I would love to meet in real life.
Randall, I got a question. Him or Tony Jaa?
Ooh,
Donnie Yen.
Oh, that's an easy
Hands
one.
down.
Oh, he's easily.
Like I don't have to
that.
think about that. Like it's like automatic. There's
But
two
you mean
people in this.
But you respect Tony? Yeah.
Oh, of course,
Okay.
yes.
It's
I
not
like
like
Muay Thai kickboxing.
Bangkok?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's not Muay Thai. It's I forget what it's called.
He's,
I forget what it's called. But anyway, hands down, my two most favorite martial artists are in this order: Bruce Lee,
And then Donnie.
and then Donnie Yen.
What about Cho Young Fat?
No.
Oh, okay. Just, hey, I just wanted. I know that guy, so not
I mean,
personally,
he's good with weapons, but he's nowhere on the same level as those guys.
okay. Hey, I'm just asking. I'm see if he's in your like top 5 or something.
No,
Then
no.
don't seem like
No.
it. Okay, cool. Hey, it's fine.
Tony Jaa is well versed in martial arts, excelling in Muay Boran, Muay Thai, Aikido, Judo, Wushu, and Taekwondo.
Dang.
What was the second one you said?
Muay Thai,
The first one was
Muay Boran. which I
That
don't know
one.
what
That's the one
about.
I'm talking about.
That's so in Thailand. Eventually, because it's so diverse and martial arts is such a big thing. I learned this from watching a lot of Joe Rogan, so I was training for this moment. Basically, martial arts are so big, and Thailand is a big place, and it's a big cultural pin in their culture, in their society. So it basically broke down to 3 different styles of martial arts: Muay Thai, Muay Boran, and I forget the third one. But it basically the difference is whether they use headbutts or not, and if they rely on punches more so than kicks. So they have different rule sets. Some of them don't punch, just kicks. Some of them use both. Others use elbows and headbutts more often than not.
That's pretty cool. That's like game
Thanks, Joe.
modifiers. Okay.
Apparently, there's more than just 3.
Oh, really?
There's three big ones that they're used a lot in like UFC and Bellator and other kind of mixed martial arts tournaments.
So the 6 most famous, or maybe this is just for Muay Thai. Hold on.
So, while they looked that up, Randall, so I'm assuming you recommend all 4?
Oh, of course.
So you're saying it's a direct sequel, you got to watch all of them.
Yes.
Okay. I might have to go back and just rewatch the first one too, because it was like years ago. Whenever the first one came out, that year's when I saw it.
Yeah.
And then time either like went fast forward, and I just missed the other 2, and now 3, I guess.
Yeah, they are all connected. Like, I think I will go as far as to say that I think they actually pick up like right after the previous movie end.
Oh wow. Okay. That's good. Did you guys find what you were looking for?
No, I'm still trying to figure out what it is.
All right, then I'm gonna move on then.
I was going to look up. I can't remember. It's a martial arts that I actually like too.
The Raid.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it though. That junk is ridiculous, but it's similar. That style is similar to Muay Thai too.
The Raid. If you guys haven't seen The Raid, please go watch it.
Valetudo. VALE space TUDO.
That sounds familiar.
Want me to look it up? How do you spell it, Brian?
I think that's what Bruce from Tekken does.
How do you?
It's VALE space TUDO. I believe that's what I think it is.
History of Valetudo. I don't see anything on it. Has a bunch of holds.
Valetudo, the unarmed full contact combat sport.
So it's not that.
It looks like it's a bunch of holds and stuff.
It's called Pencak Silat. It's a Indonesian martial arts.
I guess I know nothing about that.
That's what they were doing in the Raid movies.
But those were now. If you haven't seen the Raid movies, man, those are great. I'm not I'm not a huge like martial arts stuff like Randall, but that is great action.
That's because those guys are the real deal, man.
That it is fantastic to watch them do the dance. It's a dance, but like the fighting choreography, it's great.
I remember one time I was looking at behind the scenes on man, what was the name of that movie? I can't remember the name of the movie, but Donnie Yen and Tamo Hung is in it.
Okay.
There's a part in a movie where Donnie Yen is fighting this guy in the alleyway with a knife.
Okay.
The fight isn't really choreographed. He literally told the dude, he's like, look, I'm going to throw some stuff at you and you just react to it. So when you look at the fight, it looks very realistic because
It's not scripted.
it's not scripted, and you can tell with like the way they're moving. You could tell like some stuff was well, you could tell the whole fight is improvised, but you can tell like when someone swings by accident, pretty much there's a lot of whiffing because the fact that it's not.
It's not choreographed,
yeah.
so it's not. They're not positioned in a way where it looks like they're hitting. So it's like they're
But
actually
the fact that they're so good at what they do, they're able to read off of each person's
movements and like secondary movements. So they know if that there's an arm coming at me. So that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
So you want to hear what Donnie Yen's versed in for martial arts?
How much time do we have?
How much time you got?
I
What do you want?
I mean, like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's a laundry list of stuff.
He's well versed in Tai Chi, boxing, kickboxing, Jeet Kune Do, Hapkido, Taekwondo, Karate, Muay Thai, Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Judo, Wing Chun, and Wushu.
Damn. They put in the time, dude.
He's a beast, man. The first time I seen him, what?
I don't know what you said, Randall.
I thought Brian was getting ready to say something.
Is Wushu the sword one?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it is with swords.
so Wushu is, or Chinese Kung Fu is a hard, soft, and complete martial art, as well as a full contact sport.
But doesn't mention. I can see him scanning the text.
Yeah.
It might have different, like it might have like with weapons and hand in hand.
I think it
Yeah.
does.
I see a bunch of weapons.
But the
So
first,
they do something similar to Taekwondo, where they have like a form section and a sparring section, and I'm sure the form you can use weapons. Yeah, so they have contemporary events, barehanded, short weapons, long weapons, and then weapon routines.
I
pretty
think I'm not exactly sure, but I think they use a lot of broadswords with wushu.
Yeah, it's swords and I think they call naginatas, the spears.
Mm-hmm. The really flexible ones that like bend almost like an arc. With the first movie that I saw with Donnie in it was called Legend of the Wolf. You need to see that movie.
How long ago was that?
Man, this was like when I was living up north. So this was a long time ago. Long time ago. The funny thing about it too is that
96.
when I went to I went downtown and I had a spot where I used to get like imported, like I would get all my imported movies and video games like from this one spot, and I remember and it was ran by like I don't know if they were Chinese or Japanese. I'm just gonna say they were Asian.
Okay.
But I used to go in there all the time. So I went in there to buy a game, and I remember the guy that worked there. He just gave me the movie. He was like, he's like you watch martial arts or do you like martial arts? I was like, yeah, of course. So he just gave me the movie, and it was called Legend of the Wolf. But of course, it wasn't written Legend of the Wolf on it. It was just like it looked like somebody had copied it off of a blueprinter by some 5-year-old kid. Like the image was just super blurry. So I was like, okay, I'll take this. I hope this isn't porn or something
That's
like
what
that.
the entire time you're telling me this, I'm like, imagine he put that in there. It was just pornography.
Yeah. So like I had the movie in my possession for like almost a month before I watched it for the first time. Man, let me tell you, after watching it for the first time, I was like, I cannot believe I had this in my possession this whole time and didn't watch it.
Your life probably
What's it called?
changed. Legend of the Wolf.
Legend of the Wolf.
1996 or 7 movie.
That jump was ridiculous, man. Like, I mean, there's parts in the movie where the movie is, you can tell that it was sped up, but still, I mean, the martial arts is real.
Right. It's just fast forward.
But the stuff he was doing in that movie was
Crazy.
man. Oh my god! Like that movie is the movie that made me a Donnie Yen fan. I became a Donnie Yen fan in 1996.
If you throwback, bro, that's it. You've been at it way back. All right. That's a glowing recommendation. I mean, you're a huge fan of it, so we're gonna go with that. Let's shift a little bit. We'll come back to violence in a minute, but let's go about the peaceful route. Brian, tell us about Undertale.
Shit. So I don't remember what year this came out, but everybody and their grandpa was saying Undertale is my new religion.
I think it's
Yes,
2018.
Your hands up, yes, Randall.
The game you're talking about right now is the game I was watching you play on Twitch, where it was weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to confirm that junk is. Go ahead.
It's really weird.
Weird is an understatement. I thought I was like, did I take drugs before I watching this?
It came out in 2015.
Maybe you should have.
You ever something like weird happen, like a really weird experience happen, and you're like, did that really happen or did I dream it?
That's happened before.
That's what it felt like the next morning or the next day after like getting up. I was like, did I really see what I thought I saw in the Twitch? I started to ask Brian about it, but I was like, I think I might have just forgot. But that game is, he'll tell you.
Yeah, so 2015, everybody's like, yo, this is the new Journey, right? Everyone's just writing the developers. So I was like, I was turned off by it because I know if I play it now, it's gonna be overhyped and I'm not gonna like it. So cut to 2020, a whole 5 years later.
Yeah, half a decade later.
I bought the game last year, Christmas section because it was on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Played it, started playing it. I'm just gonna start off by saying I really enjoyed it. It's the game itself is basically like a parody of older RPGs. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
The lore starts with apparently there was a war between there's two races, humans and monsters. There's a war between them. I don't remember what started it, but humans won because apparently humans are stronger than monsters and sealed them in a certain mountain or in a certain place with a magic barrier so they couldn't leave.
Okay.
And then at one point, to do that, and now the rest is spoilers, I guess. So then cut to whatever year it is. They say whoever goes into the mountain never comes back. You cut to a little kid, which is the character you're playing as, goes up, falls into the mountain, game starts. Your whole goal, get the hell out of the place, basically.
Out of the mountain?
You want to go back home. Yeah.
Are you playing Celeste Point 1?
No, because this is like...
I know it's RPG, turn-based.
Yeah,
it's not platforming. It's just a trash joke. Just keep going.
So you land, and I forget what happens first. It's very, it's like a cow lady saves you, finds you there, like, hey, you fell in here. Let me help you get out. It's like a nice lady. No, but no.
You said it was a cow lady.
Yeah, because
is everybody in the okay? So everyone that's in the mountain is monsters.
Yeah. So
got it.
Before that happens, I think you land and you go into an area and you just see a little plant, like a flower. Say, hey, how you doing, buddy? Talking about goat mom, your goat mom. You see a flower, you're like, oh, he's like, hey, buddy, let me tell you how things work here, and he teaches you the combat mechanics. And he shows up and he's like, so these little white things, pellets, the whole point is for you to touch them when they hit you. Like when they're going down, you're supposed to touch you. Whenever I see white pellets, I dodge them because in those kind of bullet hell or whatever, there's usually a bullet.
Yeah.
So I dodge it, and the flower's smiling at me. Like, oh no, I think you misheard me. You're supposed to touch this for healing. So I don't like his tone still, but he's smiling, so I dodged it. And he's like, "What part of get hit don't you understand?" And like his face, he stops smiling. He starts getting more serious, and then it becomes a demon's face. The flower, and just throws a bunch of shit at you, and then it gets slapped off screen, and that's when goat mom cow lady comes in and tries to help you. So off rip, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
From there on, the cow lady teaches you how to do things.
What part of get hit don't you
She's
understand?
not a cow, well, that's a goat lady, whatever the fuck it is. Her name's Toriel. So Toriel takes you to her home, gets you food, lets you use her bed, walks you through how the game works, how the world works. And then from there on, it would be spoilers, but you meet a wide assortment of just what the fuck people are these. From anything from just like, from something that looks like a flan to dogs in knight's armor.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's an enemy that's an airplane with a girl's wig and hair. Like a commercial airplane. You meet a bunch of stuff. The whole objective is to get out. You can play the game either killing things or by getting past them without killing them and finding a way to talk them out of wanting to fight you and then getting out of it. Whichever route you choose affects story stuff.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's like a good and a bad ending.
Yeah.
Got it. So if you,
But the exception of one character, I did the pacifist route.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you already finished it?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay.
What can I say? It seems like it makes fun of older RPGs because of the way it works. The combat looks like Earthbound in a sense, with black and white. All the enemies are usually pun related, like Dragon Quest, and the way you interact with them. Like you talk to certain enemies. There's sometimes you fight like sub bosses or whatever, and there's two. I forget. I was further in the game. There's two knights. They talk like bro and like that.
Okay.
And you can fight them if you wanted to, or you can do a pacifist route, which I guess is kind of a spoiler. You end up basically washing someone's like their armor's like really hot, and you end up buffing it. And he's like, "Oh, it's too hot. Let me take this off." So you basically you convince one of them to confess his feelings for the other one, like he loves him.
Okay.
And then they end up getting together.
What the heck?
And then that's how you get by. Okay.
Who is it playing like that? Someone that's still part of the podcast, pussy. It's Jambi.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I looked at my chat when you said that. I'm like, no one's saying that.
No, it's just Jambi sitting there dying in Valorant and ducking in Smash Bros. But yeah, so Undertale, it's a joke in itself. The way you interact with everything is just really funny. All the characters are memorable, even the ones that are random encounters.
The airplane with a wig.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna forget that now. I haven't seen it, but I'm already having my own picture in my head of what an airplane with a wig looks like.
Yeah, I recommend it if you like those kind of games. It's cheap now, so if you want to have a good time, maybe 6 hours at most for you to play through it, I recommend it. 2 games got gold 1 to platinum 1. Get wrecked, nerd. You're the one dying when I came into your stream and then just hitting spectator. Do you like promote if someone carries you? Does that work?
That's
or
what I
is
do.
It just what you do?
When we play Siege and my team wins, which is usually Javi, Bryant, and Gabs, I'm like, yo, we did great.
You usually go in there and play Call of Duty though, like with Ash.
To let you know where the enemies are at.
Okay.
When the match is over and they won, are you dead or alive?
Dead. Like 99. I've only survived if I forget to sprint in there.
Play the game, Brian. Just know that I top fragged one of the games, so only one he top fragged. That's how bad he is. He's platinum, but only top fragged one game.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And I played the game. I'm usually at least the middle, the top of my team, but you know who keeps track of that?
I know I don't. So it sounds like you're recommending this to RPG only. Like, I don't. Will I have a good time here? I know it's turn based, so I'm already like at a disadvantage. Brian,
It's
or I guess
not
wait,
just-
It's turn based. You can overlook it because when you're fighting, it's like bullet hell. So like it's turn based in terms of you decide you're gonna use an item, are you gonna try to talk your way out of it or attack them, and then from there they throw an attack, you dodge it like a bullet hell.
Oh, okay. That sounds
it's an
something.
interesting combat system.
Got it. Okay. The Jackson 81 in the chat says, "What's up, douchebags?" So I guess that's it. We'll move on from that. Where do we go from here? I guess we'll go back to violence. So we had a 4-player co-op session over the weekend, right? Where are we at? Streets of... I keep thinking Street Fighter. I don't know why.
Two very
Streets
different
of,
games.
Yeah, I don't know why I continue to think it's Street Fighter. Streets of Rage 4 over the weekend. So, it was me, Brizzle here on the right, Randal here, Janiana in the playing Animal Crossing. We went in there to the streets, started beating everyone up. 4 players. It was awesome. The Jackson 81, there is a place to submit your topics. You can go to adlrplays.com/contact, and then any topics or what's it called you want us to talk about, we'll talk about in the next episode. Cool. All right. What are we at here again? Street. Yeah, it's all right.
It got better when you turned off. What is it?
Oh, for some reason by default.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, like there's friendly fire on. Like you can hit each other, or unless someone
picked our. Yeah, that's what I think happened because when we first went in that menu, it showed it as off. So that's why Janiana and I thought it was off because when we kept doing the going in and checking the controller, it showed it as off.
Oh, somebody must have hit something and turned it on our first run, and there was no way we were gonna finish that game with the friendly hits on. There was absolutely no way. I would like to see a run, which is probably just one guy fighting the entire time. The other 3 people are just walking around. Anyway,
I don't think that game is designed to be 4 players.
I think it was for 2, and then they just threw in the extra because they structurally supported it. Like they can be like, oh, we can just add more players.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we developed it correctly, you know.
Why'd you say that though, Bryant?
Because it's just the I guess not rationing of items and things like that gets real. It just doesn't seem like it's for 4 people to stay alive and go through the game constantly. Another thing is like with certain enemies, and you have teammates who just walk forward, like 2 people on this podcast, and swing at things. Whenever my slow ass is walking up to finally grab a guy, and they're like, this guy counters you if you hit him, and then punches you for a bunch of damage. Brian's getting up, all he does is a grab character. Let's punch him so he has nothing to do there because he doesn't have a dash. It's things like that that's like, no, this is 2 people at most.
So I'm gonna start off with the visuals. Boy, is it good. Environments are, I think everything's hand drawn, if I'm not mistaken, because it looks fantastic. The cells, I don't know if they're still sprites or they're just 3D assets flattened or whatever the case is, but the player models look great. They animate well. It looks great in motion. When it comes to sound, the sound's like a beat 'em up. We switched it to retro soundtrack like a couple minutes in, and Rand almost backflipped off his chair because he recognized the music. Oh yeah, I guess I could preface it with I never played any of the other Streets of Rage, so this is my first Streets of Rage.
It looks like they kept the similar style. Obviously, we just updated graphics.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm okay with that. I didn't play the older ones, but this it played great. The responsiveness, like moving the characters, using the combo and stuff, was very responsive. It felt great for me. Linking combos, getting creative with. It's not more combos and mostly juggling for me, my character anyway. I was trying to figure out ways to juggle the characters because my character didn't have that much, or I didn't figure out a lot of the combos, I guess. But playing that juggle game, or like, especially since there was 4 of us, we were like throwing enemies to each other and resetting their combos in a way so like Brian has like a couple hit combos where he can like command grab someone, hit him a few times, throw him up against the wall. At that time, I can time it so I can flash kick with my character. It'll send him back towards him, and he can continue something else. We did that a bunch. Daniana's character was Blaze, and she had a bunch of moves as well that me and her will just like infinite combo in the corner with one of the characters after we finish our like basic combos. It was just fun beat 'em up. What else? The length was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, unless we were just like that ridiculous just running through it, which probably was the case because as soon as we finished the thing, me and Randall are literally sprinting to the next encounter. Yeah, the length was like a night we spent like, what was it, just Saturday, right? A good chunk of Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
We ran through it, recorded all of it. It's gonna be on the YouTube channel. It's already airing. I think episode 2 came out today,
Yeah.
and it's just us
Already aired.
going through all the levels.
I have gripes with the game's mechanics.
Yeah, I was
in
gonna get to
comparison
that.
to older ones.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoyed the game itself. Visually, it's pretty. Soundtrack's cool. The retro stuff was cool. I mean, one of the characters I wanted to be playable wasn't playable, so that's a minus right there. But
Skate.
You said what? You said Skate?
Is he talking about Skate?
no, the blonde SWAT lady, Estelle.
Oh, I thought you was talking about one of the original characters.
No,
no.
They have the original characters. We had to just do something specific, and we get all the 12 original characters. It's just we didn't get. I think we had to fill the that meter at the end of each mission that filled up for the points.
Yeah.
I think once we get to one of the milestones, we get all the old characters. I was hoping it was sooner rather than later, so I can just switch to max. But
Sometimes they don't be like that. Yeah, I don't see if you guys have anything else positive about it. I'm gonna go into my personal what happens here.
one last positive thing, I like that they made it more of a fighting game than just a beat 'em up. Like there's meter management, there's supers, and you do legitimate combos instead of just.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess
follow
one more positive. I did enjoy that mechanic stuff about using your health as your meter, and then having the ability to regain that meter back by just attacking enemies.
Yeah.
So it's one
I
less
like
thing
that.
to worry about, and I thought that was a very arcade thing to do, but I think it worked in this.
Because before in the old ones, you had like a get off me, and it would cost health if it hit. Like you're invulnerable, but here they seem like they got, at least with my character, they got rid of that and just gave you more special moves.
What about you, Randall? You have anything to add about some positives here, or did we say it all?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I like the fact that they did focus more on combos. I remember watching the video of the people who did it or designed it. They said they were huge Street Fighter fans, and they like combos, so they made sure that they put combos in the game.
So you just put okay. I was gonna ask you. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. It's whatever. We're gonna move on. All right, my gripe. There's just 2.
Only 2?
I think
Should
it's
be
only
any.
2. 1, multi-phase bosses. Stop.
I can't stand.
Listen,
stand them.
The developers everywhere. Stop it. Stop it. No one enjoys it. No one. Stop it. Second, we have no block button for some reason. You just have to move out of the way and hope that you're not in the Z at all. Like you move up or down and be like, I hope this doesn't hit me. You still get hit. Well, it'd been great if I can block it then. If I didn't know I was going to get hit. And that's it. That's to me was my 2 gripes. I couldn't block.
Especially when you got characters that could like dash towards you from one side of the screen.
Yeah.
Like a 4 screens length. They dash and they're in your face, and then they hit you with 3 moves that take like 40% of your health, and you can't do nothing about it.
You can't, even if you react, your character doesn't move fast enough to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And if you jump,
Now imagine not having a dash like your guys' characters. So just a slow piece of shit, and everything's from Niagara Falls to fucking the Bronx. It's just they're in the hitboxes until they get out of that animation. The headbutt ladies, the ones with like E Honda.
Oh yeah.
They get up and they have so much super armor that even if I were to super them, I don't think they would have gotten hit out of it. And then they stop moving. So I moved back down the same layer. The toe hit me.
Jeez.
Chunk of my health.
it's crazy. That to me was my only one. It's like I wanted to be able to at least block something. At least take like reduced damage for blocking or something. Because there's sometimes where I'm like, I know this is coming and I can't get out of the way because I have no idea where to stand on this on wherever I am to avoid it completely.
I think those were the 2 most annoying characters. Were
The final boss ones, right?
the girl? Well, not necessarily the final boss, but I understand your gripe with that. But more so the girls that Bryant is talking about, and also the fat dudes that was rolling around.
Oh, I
They made
hated
them more annoying. They
Yeah.
used to be annoying before, but at least you used to be able to like get out of the way when they would like roll towards you. Now they had this thing where they roll up and down. Like that jump was annoying. Man.
They gave them on wake up super armor, and in the old ones they didn't have that. So you could, when they get up, you can time a meaty jump in, or just time your walk up so you can just grab them immediately. But now it's like no super armor, everything. That makes it hard.
Yeah, there was a bunch of characters that did that. Like there was different. Like, you know how in Division they have like the regular, what's it called, and they have the purples and the elites. Like they have that in this game, but the only thing they added was on wake up, it's super armor and they attack you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they'll take a hit and then they'll like idle around for a bit. It's they wake up and one of the guys just wake up and uppercut as soon as you, and I can't block. I have to just literally give them enough room so when they wake up they don't hit me, and then I can move in forward. And instead of just I know that's coming, block it and just or parry it and then start attacking. You know. Unless that's like a per character thing, maybe the blonde guy has a block or a parry or something that we don't know about. I know Randal played him for a little bit, but then he swapped over. You swapped over to Adam? Is that his name?
Yeah.
So I
played with Axel in the beginning. Axel was when I think about it, he might have been a better character because, well, I'm assuming that everybody has this move, but if you like hold the attack button, they do this move where like it's like a heavy move. Axel, when he would do it, he would do a kick and it would launch the person. Adam would do like this front kick or whatever the case is, but I think that Axel's moves might have been better combo wise.
Oh, okay.
But of course, Adam's dashing was ridiculous.
Yeah, you were moving, you were crossing the map like it was nothing, and the damage you were dealing out with him was stupid. I mean, you carried us for like 2 levels, like 2 bosses, so like he was doing work. So I don't know. No, I should go ahead and mute this.
I don't like that they got rid of the get off me moves and just get. Like, I like that they gave you more specials, but since they don't have any defensive mechanic, I don't like that they took off the get off me because I have no invuln. A friend of mine is trying to tell me there's invuln, but I just did not. When we're playing, there was like little to nothing. The only time I had invuln with Floyd was when I was, when I can just chuck them across the room.
Yeah.
During that, invuln. But everything else was just like, you look at me and I'm dead.
Nice. All right.
Especially when characters are built around, like the Shiva boss. Him, and I think the guys that do the judo counter, when you grab them, they almost immediately tech out of it. So when I had to fight Shiva by myself, the guy who did the shadow clones.
Oh yeah.
I half my moveset gone because we're gonna send tech. I don't know what it is with beat 'em ups where they just say fuck grapplers. Because that's how River City Girls was. So your entire moveset's built around grapplers. You can't grab bosses.
Why are we talking about
we're
River
gonna put
City
the
Girls?
boss in the air. Buff grapplers.
It's better than Skullgirls.
Buff grapplers.
River City No, Brian, you almost made me say River City Grapplers. That didn't make any sense. River City Girls.
You're giving them attention, and you're not supposed to like acknowledge stupid shit. You're supposed to just keep going on, Anthony.
I mean, you brought up River City Girls, so you gave that attention. No, we should not. That game tried, and it got to a point where it's like, we're done here. You obviously don't care about the people playing.
Did we beat that game?
No, Randall. We got to that boss. We got obliterated because fuck mechanics, I guess.
No, we beat it and stopped. You didn't. You gave up. Me and Randall beat him, and then we stopped.
Oh, okay. That might have been what happened. So I got to a point, I'm done playing this. It was just a trash boss, dude.
You know what game didn't try? Dungeon Siege 3.
Fuck that too.
All they had to do was do a correct game save system, because the game itself, I don't remember having an issue with it.
We didn't play long enough to have an issue with it.
It was just if someone chose never to see their face again, you just lost an entire character.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I'm pretty sure you had to load in the character every time. I don't know that I don't remember it actually saving on that account even, did it?
I don't remember.
All of it was around the playthrough. So let's say Anthony hosted, the entire playthrough is on his end.
Oh.
So we
I
didn't
just
have our
remember we
characters?
we all got the game. We were like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Because like we were playing one of the other ones. We're like, "This is awesome! The third one's coming out." And then we were like, "Does anybody mind if we, play on while we're waiting for everybody else?" We're like, "No." And then we like tried to play on, and there was no character. We're like, "What the fuck?"
We're like, what happened? Well, I think the issue was no. I think it was me and I think it was me and you that got it, and we started ahead. And then I think you were gonna tell Adam to get it, and then Brian was gonna get it to join us. But then we realized we could do split screen, so Brian played on mine, and then you joined
Yeah.
in.
No, we each had our own copy.
Really?
Yeah, and then I think so. It was me on my computer, you on yours, and I think Kelsey and Adam had their laptops, and then they were all in the same room playing. And as soon as we figured out that was the case, it was the quickest uninstall 4 people could do simultaneously.
It was just atrocious. But anyway, back
Which
to good
sucks
news.
because the game itself wasn't bad. It was just that hiccup.
Yeah, like I was not about that. I didn't want to.
It's so stupid that you'd lose everything if one guy never showed up again.
What was I talking about? Oh, Streets of Rage 4, man. Like, yeah, it's this is actually a co-op game that's really fun. Like, if I recommend it, Kelsey, you grab it and wait, isn't it on Game Pass? Then we figure that out
Yeah.
afterwards.
It's
Don't you have Game Pass?
I told you before it was.
I know, I understand that, but I told you that when Microsoft was pushing it out on Game Pass, it showed the Xbox only. And then once I bought it and looked, and they said, "Oh, now in PC." I'm like, "Oh, well, it's too late." So if you have the PC Game Pass, you can still play it. Dude. I recommend you and I, like Adam, just run through it. It's pretty short. It's pretty fun.
Wait, let me see. Gross.
I think it's only
I
like
have to
25.
re-download everything because I had to reinstall Windows and whatever.
Oh, that's the worst.
I think it's $25 too. It's not a full release price.
Which is I think, great price because 4-player co-op, you can play through it over and over again. Like there's a boss rush mode, mission select mode, obviously, arcade mode. There's an arcade mode where you have one chance to run through the whole game. So it's like if you're playing with like a coin, like you're throwing a token in an arcade machine, and you have to run through the game in one go. Which Godspeed, because that last boss I cannot.
Hey man, I used to play the Simpsons arcade game. I know exactly how this feels.
Like
I actually used to play Streets of Rage on pretty sure it was on my Game Gear.
Oh, nice.
If anybody remembers what the fuck that is.
I remember I had one. It was a bulky thing.
And yeah, you can play Streets of Rage 4 with the Game Pass.
Then there you go, dude. I recommend getting it and playing with Adam. You don't need to have. He doesn't have to have Game Pass. You can use Parsec if you want, and just fake local split screen.
Gotcha.
They should play it again if they make it still playable for free.
Got it. I don't know. It was a fun time. All 4 of us were just in there beating up bad guys, and then Randal carried us for a bit, and then we went to the last boss, and then Salt started rising, and then it was over. It was a good time.
No, I was salty like very early.
Oh yeah, because
Very
you had the
early.
grappler conundrum.
I had that. I had you guys walking forward and literally infiniting me to death when I was falling in the hole. I'm yelling, walk towards me. Randall's not even in the Discord for whatever reason. And you guys are literally sitting there watching me die. Literally yelling, get over here. They're sitting there on the other side. So, Kelsey, for context, we're on like a pier, right? Like a wooden dock. And there's a hole at the end of the screen. And these people hold forward, so I try to get things and they just hold forward being like assholes of partners.
Yeah.
And I'm on the edge and they walk forward and slide me into a hole in the floor that I keep respawning and taking damage. I realized I'm saying, get over here so I can spawn somewhere else inside of this hole. They literally are their characters are aimed at me, watching me over and over again. So not only am I dealing with this shit, only one of them is in the Discord because for whatever reason the other one didn't join. So Anthony can hear me yelling, get over here. And this is what he did.
I was too busy laughing at him dying over and over.
Was Scorpion just in constant play? Just get over here.
Yeah. I saw it happen the first time and I'm like, this is hilarious. And I just stood there and watched.
The most useless co-op partners I've ever seen in my life.
It was like, you ever throw the portal, if you're playing Portal 1 or 2 and you throw the portal above and below you and you see the guy just quickly falling through? That was Bryant. That was great.
So it's not only having to deal with that, then they're walking forward, so money's being dropped behind us, fucking healing, and then I have a pixel of health, Kelsey, a pixel of health. You have to squint to notice I have health. I open up something to take the health, and this little ass face that's not in the Discord walks up, takes it, and leaves. I have no more lives left. I have to dodge everything as the biggest character who can't dash.
He did it multiple times, too.
And shout out to Jeniana. She was a good partner. I enjoyed my time playing with her.
Oh my god.
Can't say the same for the rest of them.
It was fantastic playthrough.
I usually don't take health, man. I stand there and I wait to see if anyone else needs it. And then people say...
But there was a moment where you just grabbed it.
If I grabbed it, it's probably because I had the lowest health.
I literally, my last life, I couldn't see my health. You had another life and I have health. Walked up, grabbed it, and kept walking. Like, you know what you did and didn't want my character to swing at you.
I'm going to have to look at the video again.
It'll be up, Randal. They're posting every day, every Monday through Friday.
Do you remember where it was at when this happened?
This was the last, the part that I almost walked over there and swung on you was during that last level. You know when you go into the castle at the beginning and then that's when they show the knights that you can break?
Yeah.
It's the first one. It breaks. The frame, it's done. You grab it and you just like, no, fuck this guy.
That's going to be episode 11, I think.
You're going to hear a lot of me insulting you and Anthony specifically if you watch the whole playthrough.
Insulting me?
Randal, you did some crazy shit while we were playing that playthrough.
What did I do?
I've never seen someone disrespect me so much while being on my team.
How? Okay, so I did the health thing. What else did I do?
Is this worse than when we played, what was that fighting game? Where we were partnered? Brawlhalla, yeah.
This is as bad without friendly fire on.
Wait, I want to know what else I did besides the health.
Took all my health. What else? There's so much shit that you did that
and
it's
money.
hard for me to remember. You'd have to watch. You'd hear what my grabs with you if you rewatch it on YouTube on ADLR Plays.
Good plug.
I've watched the first video so far and I haven't heard anything yet.
Because that's when we're still like, oh, how does this game work, Randal? Like we haven't nested into our characters yet. You know, we haven't like rooted in.
That's crazy because this whole time we were playing, I thought like me and Bryant was doing the sickest combos, and I didn't realize the whole time he was like mad at me.
When the combos happened, it was fine. Anything other than that, I was fucking ranting.
It was a great time.
I thought I was a great team. It was times where like I would grab characters and I would hold them just so like Brian could walk up to him and start beating them up.
Well, you did that.
That shit pissed me off because I was going to grab him to get rid of him, and then you're like, and I was like, oh my god, this guy doesn't want me to. Like we were in the elevator, and all I had to do was grab him, and I can throw him across the room, and I'll see you grab somebody. I'm like, and then somehow I would get hit off the elevator. I was like, oh no.
The time where that was clutch as fuck is when we did the last boss battle, and you were holding the dude while we took care of the girl. That was clutch.
Once you started clutching the bosses, I started shutting up more until you stole the health. So it was you know what? I'm proud of him. And then that happens, and it was back.
Those last levels, man. We had to go through a lot to get to those bosses, and we barely have any like lives to go through. And then that fucking machine just sliding across the room, and it's like, oh.
And then you never supering until the end of the game.
Yeah, that's something that was recurring.
Okay, so look.
No, Randal. Because everyone but you was just saying, Randal, use your super. Fam, you never used it.
I understand that.
We still haven't seen that character super.
Yeah, so let me explain something to you. Axel's super is he does a fury of punches and then he ends with a dragon punch. But the only way to you know how like Brian, when you do a super, like it's dependent on the first hit. If the hit does not connect, the entire super doesn't land. It's his super is like that. So if I don't hit somebody with the first hit, it does not play.
It's not that deep,
Mic
Randal.
her up.
It's exactly how it works.
Use a fucking super.
It won't work unless you hit.
Mic her up.
That's what she had to say.
This man hoarded. They have an episode of Hoarders with Randal and his super.
We're like boom, 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 super, 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 and then Randal.
Mic her up.
And the thing is, Randall, even if it only hits once, you're gonna get that super the next match, the next little stage. So you not using it, you're wasting it.
Anthony.
No, it carries over.
It does not carry over.
It
Randall.
does.
No, it doesn't.
There was times where I had 3 supers because I didn't use them the previous time.
Fam, that is a lie. There's no
Watch
way.
the video.
Yes, I have the videos. I can go watch. When we finish a stage, it resets.
Because if you have supers remaining, you get more points during that point section.
Facts. I'm pointing at you.
So
But
that's
I'm
why
talking about Bryant.
at first I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I was like, oh, he's trying to get points. He sees that meter goes up, maybe. But I still don't know what his super looks like.
Yeah, because you said that his thing is like a multi-punch.
Yeah.
You
He
never
does like a
used
bunch
it.
of fury punches and then he ends it with a dragon punch.
We've seen what's his name, Adam.
Yeah.
We've seen his super, and that does damage.
He's using that one.
Yeah, that one does. It's dumb. But when you were playing as Axel, fam, I'm like, yo, please. We ended up stage when you had like 2 or 3 supers. I'm like,
There was that's the plus I will say, and I don't think it's designed to be 2 or 4 players. The fun part is when we land a hit, because then it's literally everybody just fucking office space in the person.
Yo,
and then the combos are fun.
that's when all of I think there's video footage of us like we get like 1 or 2 characters in a corner, and the guy's dead already. Like he's dead, and we're just comboing him until he hits the ground. We just continue to hit him. Anything that can get the
Wasn't it like some combos that was like over 100 hits?
yeah, we hit like almost 200 hits, and I'm just sitting there flash kicking, trying to keep him up in the air.
It was at first there was one where you were fighting something, Anthony, and from coast to coast, I think Randall threw someone into me, and I hit him. I kept doing loops, and we cornered it and almost did like 100 ourselves. Like those parts are fun. It was just the middle parts,
The recovery parts.
They need to rework this character, dude, because fuck.
I don't know, but I highly recommend it. We played it with like the most players on screen. I'm sure it still plays well with just 1 or 2 players. It's great, man. They pushed out again, and also I never played any of the other old Streets of Rage, so I can't compare it to anything. This thing's awesome. I don't know if you guys feel the same way or think
Overall, I liked it. I have gripes, but I liked it.
So if you had to recommend this one or stick playing with the older ones, would you recommend the older ones?
I would still say this one because you can unlock the older characters.
Well, I mean, because of mechanics and stuff.
I don't know if they have the same mechanics or they gave them new stuff, because if it's the same mechanics, then the special button would give them to get off me.
Got it. How about you, Randall? You played the other ones extensively. Would you recommend sticking with the old school one or play this?
Your character didn't have the get off me move? Because Axel and Adam still had it.
So my neutral Y was a ground pound. And when I would try to do it, any enemy that just didn't respect me would be like, and then that was that. My forward one was the Spencer grab. I wasn't invuln and it had limited range. And my jump one was like just knees to bounce, and no one swung at me up there, so I don't know if that's a get off me or not. But if I were standing, someone was swinging at me. And when I threw someone, like if I had him in my hands and I threw him, for that animation I was invuln, but that required me to grab someone, and usually someone's getting up because you guys swung at him and just they invuln me in the face.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I was more often than not the first one just completely dead.
I gotta see
I
if
can't
there's
run. I have no invuln, and then I'm a big target that moves slow.
I want to see if there's a run of the game where they play as your character on the hardest difficulty. I would like to see that tech.
I've seen someone touch to death the snake lady boss with him.
Oh, okay.
Like it starts and then touch to death because he has good damage, but you gotta earn it.
Jeez. And that's Streets of Rage, man. I can't recommend it enough. Ren, did you answer if you recommend playing the third one? No, you didn't. Would you recommend this to people, or do you want to say not good enough, play the older ones?
No, I recommend this, definitely. I think they did a great job.
All right, then, people. I think it's the music minute. That's all we got left, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did You talked about we already talked about how Randall has deep-seated hatred for people and likes to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's what
Went
he made
over all
it.
of my
What?
stuff. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, so that's the music minute, people. Let's get it. Let's start with one that popped up randomly today because Bryant spammed it all over the world. Jenevieve, Baby Powder.
So like every Monday or Tuesday, I load up Spotify and actually do Discover Weekly because it's been getting more and more accurate to what I like. This week was awful. It was like 2 songs I liked, but it's getting more accurate.
Okay.
So boom, I'm going down the list. Near the end of it, this song starts playing, and I've never heard of this artist before. I think it's a smaller artist, so I guess this is my first exposure to them. I really enjoyed this song. After I sent it to you guys, I listened to it on loop for like a couple hours.
Jeez.
To describe, I guess, the song, it's kind of like at least sonically, it sounds like something you'd hear from 70s or 80s R&B ish in terms of like patterns and the instruments used. Her voice, it doesn't sound like it's from that. It's like new voice, old instrumental. Yeah, and I really liked it. The lyrics or whatever. I get the point of the song, what it's about, but I'm not there for that. I got lost in her voice and then everything else that I heard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow the second that as well. But when I saw some posted on the that group chat we have on there, I'm like, all right, I'll listen to it because I just finished listening to a different podcast and it ended. So then I'm like, I'll put this on real quick, see what it is. Great vibe. Her singing is not like yelling at all. It's very soothing. Chorus was okay. I'm not hip, so I don't know what the hell the baby powder stuff is. So
Because she was saying that she has them dry, and then baby powder is usually, when applied, it makes you dry. So
Still don't
baby
understand
powder.
the
I'm really old,
Like-
so like I still don't get it. But it sounded fine when she was repeating baby powder for a bit. I'm like, okay, let's get it. And then it sounded fantastic. The instrumental was great, and that's about it. Like, it's just a smooth listen. Did you guys ended up listening to it too? You guys have it on? Oh, Randall does not. Did you listen to it, Randall, or no?
Yeah.
You gotta add it to your list. even
I
though
said
haven't.
something about it in the thing.
I know. I didn't even add it to my list.
Oh.
I know we were gonna talk about it, so I didn't bother. Kelsey, what'd you think about it?
I mean, she's got a nice voice. It's really smooth and creamy,
Yeah.
like Randall said. I
Randall's
really am,
such a
like,
pervert.
What does that have to do with being perverted?
No one describes someone's voice as creamy, Randall. Kelsey or
Everybody
Brian,
describes
when have
somebody's
you ever
voice.
described? No, don't even lie. When have you described someone's voice as creamy?
about 30 seconds ago.
Before now, obviously, because he said it and now you're regurgitating it.
I still don't understand why that's perverted.
Well,
The word creamy itself isn't perverted.
not maybe back in '64, but now in year 2020, there's only one thing that's cream, Randall. Right?
Miracle Whip.
Oh yeah,
Cash
there
rules
is.
everything around me.
Hey, Brian's got
The
that.
money?
Brian's got it. Yeah. Anyway,
No,
go ahead.
no,
I'll
no,
cut you
no.
off. What you thinking, Kelsey?
So I mean, I really enjoyed like her voice. She's got a very pretty voice. She was really kind of drowned out by the music, personally, when listening to the song. I don't know if it's just because my headphones were. I don't know. It's not. It was really kind of hard to like hear
Hear
her.
what she was saying?
Yeah. Because she's got that really like soft, low, smooth voice as she sings. Um, the lyrics didn't really make any sense.
Baby powder, baby powder, baby powder.
You
dude.
know.
Let's get it. I have no idea.
But-
dude. When I heard it, I'm like, all right, girl. I mean, you kill it, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So I mean, it was interesting. Like I'm interested to see where she goes. I'm hoping. I don't know if she has any other songs out, but
It looked like she had
Seems
another
like she
single out because I as soon as Brian shared it, I checked her artist page. She has one other like EP or single, and then on her info, she says, "Yep, I'm working on an album." So I'm assuming she's still working on that album. So
all right. Well, cool. I'm interested to hear it. Like I'd love to at least give her a listen through.
yep, same.
But hopefully she, like I really hate it when artists have what they like. It's the same thing with movies where you can hear fucking pins drop.
Mm-hmm. I don't think your mic's picking you up.
Like that's how they fucking talk.
Yeah. I hate that mixing is just like, oh, when that happens in movies, I don't know if it's just because my setup's weird, but every time there's like vocals, they're just talking like, and then an
No, it should
explosion
piss me
comes,
off.
and then my house is trembling, and because that's how high I have it because I can't hear what the hell they're saying.
Yeah,
that's why
like
they
it
have
doesn't
it.
make any sense.
That's why they
I
have it
want
at theaters too.
to.
Where
Yeah,
the only reason why you can still hear it in theaters because it's just that much louder.
yeah.
John Wick's
know?
bullets are gunfire.
Like,
John Wick 3, that's the most recent one.
Yeah.
right? I would say 10 to 15 minutes into the movie, my ears are literally hurting. Like I put my hoodie on, I'm just sitting there like trying not to lose my fucking career.
Like it's just absolutely ridiculous. I can't fucking stand it. You can literally hear the characters fart, but you can't hear what they say. Like, it's like they got the mic shoved up their ass, but that's where they're talking to too.
So you just hope the vibrations going through their bodies making audible sounds.
Yeah, so Adam just brought up Interstellar. Like we saw Interstellar in theaters in what's the
IMAX?
really what is it?
IMAX?
IMAX, yes. Like when Adam was working at the theater, they had people coming out and complaining that they could like hear it on the other end of the theater, like over top of the movie that they were watching, because it was so goddamn loud.
Oh my god.
And he's describing when Interstellar did the launch scene, everybody in a 3-mile radius was deaf for 12 minutes because it literally like shook the fucking theater.
That's some crazy mixing, dude. That's Hans Zimmer's fault. I think he did music for it.
He has a master class.
Hans Zimmer?
Yeah, a lot of people are doing master classes now. I mean, he has one. Deadmau5 has one. Timbaland has one. A lot of people I would like to listen to. I haven't gotten around to.
Isn't it expensive?
Usually, yeah. Especially people that high up, in that talent tier. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right. I recommend listening to it. Baby Powder by Jenevieve. It's a pretty dope
Yeah.
song.
I think the only thing I hate more than them doing that is scripted bosses.
Is what?
Scripted bosses, with like the multi-stage boss, or you have to like wait for them to fucking do something.
This happens in
Like,
Borderlands. This happens most recently. That's happened where it's triggering me. It's in Borderlands 3, but I think Borderlands 2 had it too. Is the type of a boss where if you get it to a certain health, you can't damage it anymore until his next phase starts or whatever bullshit animation happens. Fam, if I'm doing damage and you've done nothing, like you have no armor on you or anything, you're still taking damage. You don't just, I'm a god for 2 seconds. My animation's done. Now you can damage me. That's not how guns work.
Yeah, there's so in Path of Exile, like it's like the worst in Path of Exile. There's so many bosses that are just like one of them is at Zeri's temple, and you go in and she's this the boss at the very end, and you have to like kill her 4 times, or 3 times. So you get her to every 25%. She goes into her little invulnerable phase and teleports out and summons in 4 clones, and just you have to shit all over those. But yeah, like I mean, if I'm wrecking your shit, that should be it. Like you should be done.
That happens in the Division 2 as well. But go ahead.
It's one thing if it's a multi-stage boss where you do something and the boss changes stages, but you can still actively do stuff to them. That's a cute puppy.
Cut her nails.
Force's face.
Sorry.
But like
she just basically shaved my part of my head with her nails.
like if you're fighting a boss and the boss is only showing part of its body and then suddenly like gets up out of the ground, and I can still damage them while they're getting up out of the ground, fine, multi-stage boss all you want. But the second that you're like, oh, we're gonna play a cutscene, or you can still hit the thing, but you can't actually do any damage. Fuck that.
Yeah,
You were there when I play against the final boss in Hades for the first time. I died a couple of times. You know what? This is the time. So I'm in my zone right there. I'm bodying him. His health's getting low. It gets empty, and his health bar goes away. And he does some pose. I'm like, time. I was excited. I beat the game. He does some shit. The health bar comes back, and it does this. Fills all the way back up. He has another. After that, I died to that. I didn't play the game for like 2 months.
Jeez.
It's dumb, dude. If this is the boss, give me give me everything. This is the final battle, not my ultimate form. This isn't Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna go fight 7 versions of Cell. This is the boss. We fighting the boss, bro. I hate multi.
So under no circumstances do you like a character powering up to become stronger? Or do you think that like he should have 1 health bar, and through the progression of the fight, he should, if he has more powers, then he reveals the more power?
That's better, but nothing
only if you can continuously damage them throughout that.
If he
section.
chooses to do this, and I'm punching him in the mouth and no damage is happening, garbage boss.
Yeah.
Randall, that's not how it works. If I'm hitting you with a car, I don't care if you're yelling at the top of your lungs, you're going to get hit by that car and you're going to take damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense that oh, no, he doesn't take damage anymore because he's powering up. No, a gun will go through your skull.
Yeah, like if he's changing and I can still end his life, that's fine. Because if I didn't kill him fast enough, it's on me.
Yeah.
But, like...
Borderlands actually has... What's infuriating is Borderlands has an enemy like that. There's a big guy that has a helmet, right? And when you shoot it off, he starts powering up to become a mega badass. If you kill him before he turns into it, you killed him.
Yeah.
If you don't, he becomes bigger and then his health comes. Because you just wasted your time. But if you drown him in bullets...
He gets a whole new health bar?
He gets some health back.
It just refills. It refills.
Oh, the whole thing? I thought some of it comes back.
I'm pretty sure it refills.
Okay, and then he's buffer now. Like he has more health, he hits harder, but they give you that window of, bro, you can still kill him before he changes, and that's it, and that's the end of that enemy. Not
actually.
Watch this
I think
happen.
you're right. I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually heal fully unless he levels up.
Yeah, I thought if he leveled, he gets everything back.
Yeah, if he levels, he gets everything back, but I think he only gains a small amount of health if you like shoot off the helmet.
I don't remember.
But anyway, that's that, and they do that as a regular enemy, but for the bosses, no. Here's a scripted. Same with the Division. There's some bosses that you find like during the manhunt, and it's like, nah, you can't. You'll see him in the world, shoot him, and it's like immune. You're not immune to bullets. You're a human being.
The last boss for the fucking DLC. Everybody at this point knows what my turrets can do. I have them set up. I wait for him to get out of the building. Your ears hurt because of how loud that thing is, but you know, once you're done checking the blood, you know there's nothing in front of it.
It's deleted.
It gets 1 shot off non-invo, and also this boss shuts off your electronics for a bit.
Yeah. It's like, what? No, I fired what
is there
seems
a reason,
to be a 90 caliber bullet at you.
Is there a reason why it's programmed like that? Is there a reason like why programmers are programming enemies like that?
That's per team basis, like that's a design thing.
Or is it just
like
pure design?
That's just whatever.
It has nothing to do with
pure design.
Has nothing to do with programming.
No, it's not a technical like problem to just make them active. They're dead.
So somebody sat at a desk and said he should be invulnerable in the middle of the fight while he's powering up.
It's because there's like especially games like Path of Exile where you create characters that are like super fucking strong. You'd literally blow through the bosses. You know, and people would never see other parts of the boss fight. It would literally just be they'd walk in, the thing would die, and they'd move on, which everybody fucking wants, but they're trying to make it so that everybody sees the boss mechanics, and it's like no.
Well, why don't they just beef up the AI on the boss then, so that he does more?
But that's not fun either, because they become bullets. They become damage sponges, and you're sitting there just.
Destiny does.
Yeah, and just because you increase the number doesn't make it more fun. At that point, we're just doing the same thing that we would have done to him if he had lower health.
No. What I'm saying is like instead of him sitting there taking damage, what if like he's more defensive? Like you actually have to fight him rather than just dumping a bunch of bullets into him.
Well, that depends on the game. But like Bryant's situation when he's talking about, it's his 172 caliber sniper that he has can tear down a building. So when he approached and he comes out and the sniper's like, I got a lock on, Bryant has to just hit a button and that 4,000 caliber bullet comes flying at him. Mm-hmm. And he should like either all armor down.
When it happens, nothing happens to the character?
You can see like a white thing glowing around him and it says immune. When previously, not like 30 seconds ago, when a regular enemy came, Bryant deleted the person from my game. They literally deleted.
He didn't have like a force field or nothing like that. It was just immune.
That's what I said. And it's like, why? I get it. That should only work on because for Division specifically, there's different difficulty levels, and one of them is story. If you want to do it for story, I get it, so you can see everything. Once I go to hard challenge, whatever, I don't want to see any cutscenes. I've done this shit already.
I mean, at least
I'm here to kill him and get my loot.
At least make it like believable. Like, okay, the bullet didn't hit him because he has like a 10-inch thick shield or some junk like that. I don't know. But if he's just shooting the guy and he has no protection and the bullet hits him and it just says immune to like. Why is that designed like that?
Again, like Javi and Kelsey said, is because so we don't destroy them in 0.3 milliseconds with Bryant's 47,000 caliber gun.
But I mean, like the thing is that they're trying to make it so that everybody gets the same exact content, which is not like that's not how gaming works. Like there are always going to be people that are on both ends of the curve. You have the people that are literally just going to either figure out how to build a character or find a gun or something that just fucking annihilates everything. And you're going to find people that are like brand new that don't understand the game that are going to see the entire content. And that's where everybody starts. They see all the content and then, later on, you don't want to see all the content. You want to just fucking blow through things. Like, I mean, I've probably played the number of characters, I don't even know how many characters I've done in PoE. And it is the most boring shit ever to play a lot of the bosses because they take so goddamn long to finish because I literally have to sit there and wait for their animation. It takes longer for their animations to finish so that I can start killing them again than it does for me to just kill them and move on. Like I don't need to. I've gotten to the point where I can build a decent character and move through the game. I don't need to see that Kitava has, his heart explode out of his chest, and that's what I actually have to kill him. I already know that. I've played 100 different characters through the fucking story. Like, let me just move through the story.
Those are facts. Those are big facts.
Just let me use my goons already, man.
All right, so our music minute's gone on. How the hell did we get here? Oh, the loudness. That's how it was. And then it somehow went to...
Oh, yeah, we went from loudness to movies.
I don't know how we got to movies to...
And then he said, what I hate more than that is scripted bosses.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then the spiral began. Oh,
the rant.
Yeah, but these are facts.
Real quick, though.
Go ahead.
Out of all the games that you guys have played, what boss do you think was the most, like, designed very well?
Jesus.
I
what do you mean?
Know.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like, just off the top of your head, you like that boss was designed well. Like, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't any of the stuff that you guys are talking about.
I'm not going to say a boss. I'm just going to say an enemy, and that's BioShock's Big Daddies. Because they were dynamic. They were things that were just scripted to be in the world. When you find, like, the rules, they know the rules. Once you engage, they're there to kill you, and they're aggressive. And it's literally until you die, they're gonna hunt you down. I think until you get a certain way, but it feels part of the world instead of like a scripted thing. Mm-hmm. The AI is obviously like a state machine or some shit, but it feels ingrained into the world instead of I'm the supreme leader of whatever. Invulnerability, you can one shot that Big Daddy if you need to, and move on with the world. Like
a lot of the best design things that comes to mind aren't bosses. So like Left 4 Dead, the witch, where like you hear crying and you know exactly what you're supposed to do. You can go up and try to kill it, but when you hear crying, you turn off your flashlight and you just move cautiously.
It's the best things when it comes with systems built into the game instead of these scripted hey, this is how it's gonna be. You can get ready to see the same shit over and over. which Randall is what my complaint for Last of Us was. It's very scripted. It's very linear. There are not a lot of systems going.
Do you think you could achieve telling a great story while having it be dynamic?
Not really. You
What do you
can
mean?
world build.
Doesn't
dynamically.
GTA kind of do that though? Like, you have different things that you can do, but I guess you still have to go to said place and do said thing in order for the story to
Yeah.
progress.
Like I said, you can make world building easier by dynamically having the world things live in that world. But those cutscenes and the cinematics, those are also have to be scripted.
Yeah. I was gonna. Oh yeah. Okay. I was gonna use Witcher as an example, but it's just multiple different scripted things.
But again, the world building in Witcher is
Yeah.
fantastic because it's huge. There's it's living. Like you can walk up to a lot of NPCs and you'd be like, oh, there's a side mission here. It's done. And you find side stuff naturally. Like as you explore, because it's all just the system. The systems in play are there.
I recently started playing the DLC, and Javi was watching, and I forgot how unpolished the combat is.
I've heard you say it a bunch of times, but I haven't played in a while. But I enjoyed the combat in Witcher 3.
I played it again, and I was just like, I guess the best example was this enemy was here. I was told to track the killer of said person. I find him. I say some shit to him. He's like, oh wait, I know you. You did this to me. Duel. So he had all his people. There's a guy with a bow up top shooting me. I was like, nah, it's pissing me off, right? So I go up to try to run to him, but Geralt is fascinated with one enemy. He won't turn around. I'm not locked on. He's just staring at him, moving ass up towards the enemy. So yeah, I try to roll. Sometimes he falls through things, and his targeting is just weird. You can get staggered to death from getting hit. You can hit them, and they're like, and I'm just gonna slap you.
That's
It-
another
it's-
thing that I
that's
hate
weird.
too with enemies and bosses alike is super armor.
Randall don't. Yes.
Like-
Oh my god, I hate. Okay, Kelsey, get your side of the story. It sounds like you're gonna defend it.
Super armor is fine if it's used
It's
tactfully.
never fine unless
it's
the
used
character
tactfully.
is specifically designed like the Juggernaut or some junk like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean by tactfully. Like when you have people that are like I don't know, if Bryant goes up against the mountain, okay?
Oof.
Bryant has no super armor. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
No, you better buff me then. This is bullshit.
The mountain is literally going to just pick his ass up and throw him, okay? Now, Bryant could punch the mountain in the balls and probably do some damage, but the mountain is probably still going to have some form of super armor when he's going up against him, okay? But it's one of those things where like you could still beat the crap out of them, but at a certain point there's like an adrenaline or something where they're just gonna, it doesn't matter, they're gonna take the hit and hit you back, okay? But these things that were like in what was the fucking I saw and heard? What was that
Ninja
game?
Gaiden, dude.
Ninja
Yes.
Gaiden. So Ninja Gaiden,
Fucking Christ.
the
dude.
fucking werewolf things, okay? Those things are bullshit because they just have super armor. That's it. That's just, there's no stagger, there's no nothing. I don't give a fuck what you are. If I'm slashing your ass with a sword, something has to happen.
Mhm.
Okay? It's not like, oh, I stabbed you and then your final breath or whatever was to claw me in the face and kill me. No, that's one thing. They just literally have super armor, and that's fucked up.
I think if you don't have the best way to balance it is if it's not infinite super armor like the fucking biker bitch ass hoe ass trifling ass from fucking Streets of Rage. Or if like it's a set number of hits, you got me. Not you know what? It looked like she ate a sandwich in Castle Crashers. That's how long she was super armored. So you hit her and she's like, headbutt. Oh, you're dead already? Go get that health. Oh wait, Randall got it.
Like,
Yeah, I try to
Android-
say. Go ahead.
Android 16 is probably one of my favorite ones that has tactful super armor. Like when he does his end all be all, that's super armor.
That's
But he's
invuln.
literally throwing everything away.
For that, it's invuln completely.
Oh, it's just invuln?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that
Oh,
still makes
well-
sense because it's like he's like Kelsey's saying, all of his health is going away. So that's the trade-off if he lands this, or he's dead, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
so
there's
it
no
leaves
trade-off
you-
in most of these games. Like most of them are just like, oh yeah, you can stand here and hit me all the fucking you want. Does it?
Yeah, I don't like
You know?
super armor. I
with-
know every
with
time I
s-
see it,
with
I always
16
like ugh.
With 16, there is cheese to it because your health goes down to 1, but you keep whatever you lost as blue health. So what you could do is land it, pop sparking, you can get that health back.
Oh, got it.
So there's cheese in that, but
My best example of don't put super armor. Doom Eternal. Play Doom Eternal. The Marauders are beautifully designed. Because when you're gonna go hit him, instead of going, I'm super armor, last frame he'd be like, shield. Guess what, guys? A shield makes sense instead of hitting me and nothing. I do nothing to you. Or if you hit him and he's like, you're about to hit the Marauder or shoot him or whatever, he'll fucking sidestep.
Yeah.
Like he'll do things to avoid your, not just sit there, render the player model, no damage.
That Joker was all over the place, man.
He will move out of the way. He'll adjust to what you're doing. That's more engaging than I just sit here and take the hit. Ha! You did nothing. I'll attack you. Ha! Dead. No, he's like trying to get an in on me while I'm trying to get in on him. It's like that super armor. When you say super armor, I'm already like,
And that's
my body's already squirming. Like
That's another design thing.
Yeah, like they chose to do that. That's just technically in the back end. It's just, hey, you take no damage during these frames or this time period. Like it's just
there's some fighting games that'll do it correctly. So what you're saying is super armor is a lazy enemy design.
in my personal opinion, yes. But I
When
would
it's used
go
like a band-aid.
no.
When it's used like a band-aid instead of like to support, oh, this character should not be phased by a jab. I think it's lazy.
I'm gonna go full ball. Like again, this is coming from a place of hatred. Yes, straight through the board. Super armor is just lazy. Period. That's literally just flipping a switch in the back and going, you're not taking damage.
I feel like even if you have a character who kind of has super armor, you should still trade hits. Well, like let's say if you throw in a punch and he throws a punch at the same time, y'all should both get hit and both stagger, rather than you hitting him and he's just hitting you and he doesn't move at all.
But then you wouldn't have super armor then if he's reacting the same time you are.
I think in God of War there was a thing that I would like yeah. I think going up against a Valkyrie, and I turned on God War Rage or whatever, and I'm doing my JoJo Bizarre Adventure attack where he just keeps hitting him with a bunch of moves, and her health's going down. And her player model is just
standing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the Queen was worse with that. Like the Queen would just be like, "They're flying here."
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
like,
just,
fuck, I'm taking
just
damage,
fucking
but
fly away.
and then the cinematics kick in, and all of the hits are hitting her, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks cinematic. But then when it comes to gameplay, it's like they maybe move a little bit, or not, they just start taking. It's like, bam, like make a move, dude. Like
There are some fighting games that do it well as well, where they have super armor, but certain properties. So let's say if someone did a move and there's super armor, in some fighting games, it's super armor unless you hit them with a low, then it stops them completely. So like
Yes,
you'll have it up here because I guess the momentum. But yeah, if someone's running at you and you kick them in the leg, it's gonna stop them.
I don't know, but when it comes to fighting games, it pisses me off more. You're a martial artist. If you're gonna get hit, you get hit. Otherwise, you either block it or get out of the way. I never seen like a Donnie Yen movie. He just takes and be like, that was involved from that. He gets out of the fucking way or he blocks it. But he still takes some sort of damage, like or he moves out of the way or he redirects the hit or something. He does something, not just sit there and take it.
Well, no, there's some movies where people are fighting, and I mean it's not actual martial arts, but let's say they're gonna get stabbed, they'll purposely let it go through them so they can keep the momentum and hit them with something.
And they're still damaged, but they're not super armored. Super armored, literally nothing happened.
That's not super armor then, because it's a lot of things have super armor. And the examples I was giving, at least you have super armor, but you're still taking damage.
No, I'm still talking about that. I don't know why I said no damage. There's no reaction.
There's no
reaction.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Okay.
Like Rage 1 had a great thing. I don't know if it's maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. When you shoot someone, everywhere you shoot, they react to it. So if you shot them in the leg as they're running to you, they'll and they'll limp on that leg. You shot them in the arm while they're running at you, they'll get hit, but they'll still try to run at you, still taking damage. It's more immersive, more lifelike.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people throw it all away to try and get a hit, and basically like act like they have super armor, but they still. But like you said, like it's one thing if they just like take the hit and then can continuously just follow up while you're just getting the shit beat out of you. That's not what really happened. Like that's it. They just I don't know. I really can't stand super armor because they
Yeah,
never
I
tactfully
can't.
use.
Same with, oh my god, especially in a fighting game too. You're like, oh, I caught him. I did a wake up super fucking like my wake. You know how I might wake up super in Tekken or some shit, and they'll just super arm and be like, no, my guy, you got hit. Where is my super? Like, I don't care that you have super armor. I hit you with a super, so your super armor is regular armor, which means I hit you. Like, that's the math. Like, fuck, dude, super armor's just trash, bro. So yeah, let's move the music thing. So we're gonna move on to Brian. You were dreaming awake yesterday, so tell me what you were dreaming about.
I can keep this one short. I heard he's signed to XO. He's one of the Weeknd's artists. I heard his either EP or album a couple of years ago. I didn't love every song, but I liked the idea of it. Like his direction with songs. Cut to this. I'm not a fan of, I think, any of it. It's more poppy. It's not for me. I can't say it's bad. It's just clearly not made for me. Listen to it if you want to form an opinion on it, but I don't see myself going back.
It was just like a whatever, like a throwaway kind of thing, or is it like nothing grabbed you? Instrumental didn't grab you.
It's not what I was looking for, I guess. It's like music that I don't. It's too polished poppy for me.
Oh, that might sound. I might like this. I like polished
Do you
pop.
have any favorite songs?
Yeah, like at all?
Nope, I didn't heart a single song.
Oh shoot!
And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
It just
not
wasn't your
what
cup
I
of
look
tea.
for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'll check it out. It's only a 35-minute album project, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
We'll see if I like any of it. Like me a
I
little
like
bit
this
of pop.
older one better.
All right, I think we're on our last one here, peeps. Drizzy Drake dropped a surprise project.
I only got to listen to the first song.
Oh man, I don't even know if I like the first song. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't remember what I liked.
Yeah, there's a bunch on here that was pretty cool, but let me double check.
The first song I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't heart at least. I don't remember if I disliked. There's only like one or two songs that I disliked. The other ones are like, that's all right, and I moved on.
Like it was I guess we can just get right into it. I thought it was a solid group of like tracks. Like none of them like there was like one or two that like blew me, like not blew me, but like I'm like, oh snap, these are dope track. But I think it was Chicago Freestyle, which I liked a lot.
Which leaked.
Oh, I didn't hear the leak. I didn't know that was a
yeah. I
thing
did
on
like a
here.
week before. I was like, yo, what is? And then it came out in there. I was like, okay, good.
I think D4L. I think I liked as well. Desires was cool. Futures part was whatever. I wanted to like Pain 1993, but then Playboy Cardi came on, and I'm just not a huge Playboy Cardi fan. So
I don't like what he's doing lately, where he sounds like a Powerpuff Girl now. Like
yeah, I don't
she's
know
going.
what's going on with that, but he killed it for me. Losses I enjoyed. From Florida with Love, I think it's my favorite track. I don't know why it just has that. It has a certain like sound to it. I'm just digging. And then Demons
ruined it for me.
And one of these Demons in War, I heard, and I think Brian, you showed me this song like years ago.
War.
It was War.
Came out either at the beginning of this year or late last year, but it was just on YouTube. Like you put out a video for it.
Okay.
I think I sent it to you, and then it was on streaming platforms, at least on Spotify until now.
Got it. Okay, so I liked War because I saw that video a long time ago. I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then Demons, I thought was like the same energy with the same type of European like rap, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that as well. So I mean, like the Tissy Slide thing again. I just don't like the chorus of Tissy Slide. I like everything but the chorus.
That's one of the songs I disliked.
And the rest of it, I thought it was cool.
And I think it was the Florida one.
Oh, you actively didn't like from Florida?
I think it was. I think the chorus
unfortunate.
ruined it to the point where I just didn't like the song.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
Randall, you got a list of favorites here. Yeah, he
No, those are all the songs that I liked on the album. Everything outside of that, I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
That
So,
would be why he said you have a list of favorites here.
I mean, that's what I thought it meant, but it sounds like it's something else. But so these are your favorites then from the album.
Well, to me, the word favorite doesn't mean like it means like there's other stuff you like, but you just like that more.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Deep Pockets, Chicago Freestyle. Okay. Oh, we have almost the same list here. Oh, you liked Pain 1993 with Playboy Cardi doing some weird ass noises.
I didn't like him, but I just like the song.
Okay. I thought the song was dope, and then he came out. I'm like, he ruined it.
There's a like, what was it? Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago Freestyle. I thought it was dope.
The chorus. I was
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
It was some songs where like the chorus. I was just like,
It lost you at the chorus.
kind of took me out of it.
Yes,
but-
both you guys didn't like Florida. That's unfortunate.
I think it was. I want to say it was the chorus that just completely turned me off on it.
Yeah, but Desires is on there.
When Demon started playing, he said, "I'm in the coop with the Wooskies," whatever he said.
Yeah, dude.
My wrench started firing shots.
Oh yeah, Demons of War definitely have that energy. I dig that. It was a solid piece of like a solid group of tracks. Like there's not a lot of these tracks are like gross next.
Yeah, I was surprised that I liked Desires as much as I did. I even liked Future's part a lot.
Desire sounds like one of the tracks from Scorpion. I forgot which one.
It reminded me of Blue Tint.
That's what it was. It was Blue Tint. Yeah,
And
it was
Future's
Blue
on
Tint.
that too.
Yeah, so that makes sense. And they might have recorded it the same day. And just had the same vibe going, and they're like, "Oh, let's make another one." There's Desires. But yeah, I don't know. I was digging it. Kelsey, you could probably give it a listen. It's a short. Is it a short one?
It's like
Oh
45
no,
minutes to
it's
an
like
hour.
yeah. There's some on here that you'll probably end up like insta skipping. Probably as soon as you hear. Actually, I want to hear you listen to Pain 1993 because I don't know how it's on Randall's list.
Why?
I don't know.
Do it right now? Can we
No, you
just
don't
load
have
it up right now?
No, you don't have to load it right up right now. But if like
Well, let's
whenever.
load it up right now then.
Oh, Godspeed then. But yeah,
I like older Cardi. I like when his Dial-It album. A lot of that I like, but now he's going like over the edge with the high pitch. Like I think in the next album he's on, only dogs can hear him. I think that's what's next.
Well, I liked it, man. It was a solid album here. EP. I don't even know what is it labeled as.
I think it's an EP. I don't know. And nowadays EPs are albums, mixtapes are albums. Everything's an album. Now,
Everything's
so.
an album. Got it. So it's an album. Fuck it. In the new digital age, it's an album. I know. I was digging it. Had some cool tracks on it. That's all I got, peeps. I don't know if Kelsey's currently listening to it. I'm waiting for the gun to come out so he can just shoot his brains out.
No, I'm not listening to it.
Okay. That's about it for me, peeps. I'm gonna go do the notable releases. Unless you guys have anything else to add to the Drake thing, Randall. Like these are the ones you like, and that's about it.
Yeah, I didn't like anything outside of that list.
Gotcha.
Did you feel like some of these songs, all they needed was like some Demi Lovato in it, and it would have got you?
Maybe.
Her on the chorus and he just spin bars?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she can make a song better.
Okay. I'll email Drake for next release.
Now, since we're going to notable releases, anytime I look at Kalani, I get happy, and then her cover art also makes me double happy. That's all I'll say about notable releases.
Okay. Why is Gears of War Tactics on here?
I put it on there. It came out apparently yesterday, but I'm a fan of the
No.
XCOM type series.
It
And
came out the 28th.
It came out last week.
is that on the store maybe it was just on the Microsoft store that it dropped. Released 4/30.
I was about to say,
I don't know. Maybe I was looking at something else.
It's because I had this on last week, so I'm like, why is this back on here? I thought I
Wait,
deleted
no,
it.
was it? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Open up 92.
I'm sure it is.
I was looking at it to see if it was like multiplayer or anything. I was gonna hit up probably Kelsey because he likes strategy games, but it's apparently strictly single player.
Yeah. I don't think they added multiplayer to it, unfortunately. But everyone's raving about it, so... And you said you're going to be trying out this week? Kelsey?
Huh?
It's on the Game Pass. You're going to be trying it this week?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll try it this week, but I'm gonna be trying it. I downloaded it so that I could try it, but I mean, it definitely looks like a lot of fun. I was watching Carnage play it for a little bit earlier. Very similar, you know, setup to
Mechanics.
what like XCOM does. Um, you have like you have characters, and from what I can tell, you have like some customization on like what it is that they carry and like grenades, weapons, that kind of stuff. The one thing that they do have that they don't really do much in XCOM is like uh chests. They have like random chests that spawn, or maybe it's items from characters that die. I didn't quite see. What's up?
Try what was the one that I was playing? Where like you can be a duck.
Mutants Year Zero.
Yeah, you might like that. There's more
Depth to
gear
it.
and stuff of that nature that you can do, and upgrade your guns and put attachments on your guns in certain ways.
All right,
And
send
you
me
can
a
be a
link after
duck.
this.
Do you have access to my games still?
I doubt it.
Okay, because I can just do that because I have it.
I think it's on Xbox Game Pass too.
It's probably on Xbox Game Pass. Matter of fact, I played it first on Xbox Game Pass, so it's probably on there.
All right.
Yo, Microsoft, whenever you want to pay me for the Game Pass, let me know.
Doing a way better job than Stadia.
Ooh,
I mean, he's not lying. Stadia is literally free right now, and no one's bothered.
I did.
So,
I bothered.
Brian, because I invited you in it.
I didn't have to buy Division on there.
Those are facts. You know, you're right. You're right. I
Pussy
retract my
bitch
statement.
hoe.
I retract my statement. Oh damn, that's a lot. That's like that combo I couldn't block. Brian, relax. But yeah, that looked cool. So I mean, let me know how good it is, because I tried getting into XCOM and I just couldn't. I'm really bad with turn-based stuff. Dude. I'm just too impatient.
Did you play the first one or the second one?
I think it was the first one with a controller.
All right. So the second one, like I started playing the first one. The second one is way better. Like the way it controls, everything about it just seems like it's a lot better.
Okay.
I mean, I played the first one. I think because it was like it was either free or only like $1.
I got it on
and
sale, so you might have gotten it on sale as well.
Yeah, and I was talking to Tomo about it because that's where I originally saw it being played, and was talking to him, and he was like, "Dude, just get the second one. Get the second one. Get the DLC for it. It's way better."
I'm probably gonna skip Gears because if I'm gonna play one of those games, I want to wait till the Mafia one, Empire of Sin, to come out.
Oh, yep.
It's like a Mafia XCOM basically.
That sounds awesome.
You get to manage
Yeah.
the city. You start taking over the city
Yeah.
like a mob does.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
For movies, again, theaters are locked down, so we're not getting anything new.
Well, they've been releasing a bunch of stuff straight to
Oh, straight to digital. Yeah, you're right. I should start looking that up
to
instead.
digital. So,
I don't know what's out. I should start looking that up actually. See what's. Let me see.
I've literally only seen one movie that came out this year.
Emma is come out, I guess, on digital. We have Arkansas,
yeah.
Ordinary. Wow, Anthony, Ordinary Love. Give me a sec. What else? The Photograph, Trolls. I Still Believe, Sonic the Hedgehog, Underwater, Birds of Prey, The Assistant, The Rhythm
That's the only movie I've seen
Section.
this year. The only movie I've seen this year is Birds of Prey.
Then load up 1917.
That came out last year.
No, that came out this year, Brian. It came out last year for people who are like in the academy. For public release, it came out this year. Oh,
I
you're in
saw
the
it last
academy?
year.
Got it.
Yeah. It's garbage. I'm just kidding.
That's
I guess I'll
unfortunate.
watch that.
There's other stuff. Like this week, I'm gonna see if we can watch The Gentleman, the Guy Ritchie movie.
Randall, you watched Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge, right?
So did Brian.
So did Brian.
Oh, you did too. I just remember it being talked about on here. I don't remember who watched it. Did you guys recommend that movie?
They
It's strong,
yeah.
they both strongly recommend it. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
You're
All
gonna
right.
watch like DuckTales instead.
I just fell over my mic.
I was thinking about having a martial arts movie week. Just watch all of Ong Bak and Ip Man.
If you haven't seen The Raid, dude, watch The Raid 1 at least.
Oh, The Raid. That's what I wanted to add to my list.
That's definitely worth watching.
if you're doing martial arts movie, watch I think Fearless, Jet Li. Great movie.
That's the one he's like when he's like chained up like a dog, right? And he's like in battle pits.
No, that's not the one that I'm thinking of. Then if that's the one, then that's not what I'm thinking.
Isn't that what
of.
Fearless is? Or am I incorrect there?
No, I think
Let me look it up.
Fearless was done in a different time period.
Yeah, if the one I'm thinking of is
Oh yeah,
is
nope.
not this one.
Never mind. It's not the one I'm talking about. Fearless is something else. Sorry.
Which one is the one where he perfects the 1-inch punch?
Random. That's a random
Enter the
question.
Dragon?
I don't.
Jet Li? I don't know.
in the movie.
Bruce Lee does the 1-inch punch.
No. Jet Li in the movie I'm talking about, to the point where it's deadly.
I don't remember. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, you got me on that one. And I've seen pretty much every Jet Li movie
We'll just
there is.
type in Jet Li 1-inch punch.
I'm trying to remember the.
I don't know that he does that 1-inch punch.
Enter the
trying to
Dragon?
tell you that's what happens in the movie.
Enter the
Bruce
Dragon's
Lee's.
Bruce Lee.
It's Bruce Lee, yeah.
We went to the theater, you, me, and Dad, to watch it.
Oh, so I saw this movie.
You're not talking about Kiss of the
Yeah.
Dragon, are you?
No.
Oh.
Is
Because I know he
is it the
does
one with
like
DMX?
pressure point.
Cradle to the Grave? No.
Cradle to the Grave, yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, Ronnie. If I saw it too, I definitely don't remember.
Cradle to the Grave is with DMX. At the Jet Li and DMX. That movie was just weird.
That's a kind word to say about it. Well, I guess while you guys are talking about that, music this week, we have Haley Williams dropping, I think, an EP or an album. Kalani also dropping an album as well. Well, Haley Williams is called Petals for Armor. Kalani has It Was Good Until It Wasn't. And then Nav has Good Intentions coming out. That's it for notable releases, people. You guys are looking stuff up, or can we?
Yeah, I mean, this is not for the podcast. I'm trying to figure out which movie I'm trying to tell them to watch.
Gotcha. All right. Well, and Kelsey, what are you doing this week?
Probably playing PoE, probably playing Final Fantasy 13. I might try, depending on how far I get in 13 this week, I might try Gears Tactics for a little bit. Just to
see
try it
how
out.
it plays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. If I'll probably put your stream on if I'm not streaming myself. Randal, what you doing? It's been a week now, Randal. Over a week since your Tekken video came up. When's the next one?
When you streaming?
Don't do that.
What's your sign?
Randal, you need to.
I'm thinking.
Oh my god.
Who you
I don't
wearing?
know.
You don't know who you're wearing?
Timberland. I don't know what hoodie
shit.
this is. Nike.
Randal, what are you doing this week? You
Uh,
don't have to actually answer what you're wearing.
I am going to see if I make another video. I don't know if I want to do Tekken.
Then do something else.
I think that's what I think that's what I'm trying to figure out is if I do another video, what game would I do? I was thinking about doing one player Streets of Rage, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to
do that.
figure it out. I was definitely looking into doing some streaming, but I still had to get a camera.
You don't Randal, you don't have to get a camera to start streaming.
It is Fearless, the one I'm trying to tell you to watch. Jet Li Fearless.
Okay.
Is that the one where he Is that the one where he fights at the end and then drinks the tea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love that one.
watch it again.
You don't need a
so
camera to stream, Randal.
Isn't that the whole
You could have-
point
you
of
could use
streaming
your
is to
phone.
connect with people?
There you go. That's the answer I was looking for. Kelsey already hit it.
What did he say?
Like your phone, dude. I mean, that's what Bryant did for
okay.
the longest time.
Yeah.
You have? Don't you
literally-
have an iPhone?
Yeah, he has a really good phone.
Like that
I'm
thing's got
looking
an
right
amazing
at it.
camera on it.
That has a good camera on it he can just use. Sorry,
And
that was
you know
me
what
getting
I
hard.
did when I started? I grabbed my phone. I got
Create
a
your
rubber
OnlyFans
band. I
page.
opened my 3DS. I rubber band my phone to the 3DS so it would be in my stand, and then I hit record.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he lying or he's done?
No, that's exactly
No,
how
that's how he started.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, how many times are we gonna say? You can't
No,
just
no,
ask
I'm
the same
not.
question
I'm just
over and over.
surprised. Like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Randall, he doesn't just hide behind. I need a camera.
Ooh.
Do we need to clip
Use
this
your
and send it to
iPhone,
you so
Randall.
you can,
For like
watch
the
it?
7th time now, I've told you. Look at him. Look at his face. How can I duck this? Look at him.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
How can I duck this right now? That's what I was thinking right now. I don't know, man. I'm gonna backdash right now and then maybe hit him with a 1-2. Oh, I can hit him with a shocking. What is it? A lightning move.
A lightning move,
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
an electric.
Electric. That's what it is.
Oh, she's laughing at you, Anthony.
She does that all the time.
It's a shame she's not mic'd up. Mic her up.
All right.
So
you
my
guys-
final answer is.
So you got your camera.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh my God, Randall, you just
Buy
love
your
excuses.
camera.
I will say that I am moving in the direction of streaming.
Okay.
Good.
As I was
been,
previously, I was previously not going to do it at all. But after looking at
That's why. You said a year ago, thanks to some great detective work by our very own Bryant.
we're not talking about a year ago.
By Nightwing.
We're talking about 2020.
Please tell me you like Nightwing.
Well, the thing is that we had the same conversation, like
That's Dick
literally
Grayson, right?
verbatim, a year ago, talking about you. Is like, I've been thinking about it. I'm looking into it, and then a year goes by and we're back here again.
Look, man,
like,
it's irrelevant. Okay, the point is about right now, and right now,
3 games you could stream that would be entertaining in my
he's gonna
eyes.
say the Witcher and what else?
I was gonna say The Witcher. That's you play that on your own. You don't talk to anybody. You close your door. You put headphones on.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Skellige.
After what you just said, I was already skeptical, but after what you
here we
said
go.
today, I'm
we
definitely
go.
don't think I'm gonna play it. Because the one
weren't
thing
gonna
I
play
can't
to
stand
begin
is horrible gameplay.
No, man. I don't. I'm sorry, Brian's having those issues. When I played through Witcher 3, it was fine. I enjoyed fighting as with my 2 swords, like swapping between them, especially when they mix in monsters and regular humans, and using his powers and stuff. I don't remember having a hard time.
On easy, Anthony.
That's also true. I was playing on easy.
if you want horrible gameplay, play the original Witcher.
Oof.
The Witcher 2 is good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that why
No,
he
I'm talking
chooses
about
not
the-
to
I'm talking
acknowledge
about
the
the
first
beta
one?
that they
'Cause the
released.
gameplay was bad.
So
Yeah.
it's like a
Oh.
demo.
Javi said I played the Monster Hunter Witcher collab, and it made me want to play Witcher again. It does that,
Play
dude.
Witcher again. Javi, I'll give you access to my games if you want to play the DLC, bitch.
You don't have to curse at him. All
The
right,
3
we
games
gotta
I was
move on.
going to say to you. You can do Streets of Rage on hardest difficulty.
Yeah,
the one.
play that on hardest difficulty. People will watch that.
Madden. Because
I
from
would
what
love to watch him play.
Right
Madden.
now, I'm pretty salty about Madden after what happened to my player. So that's a backseat hard no.
Well, imagine
For
if
right
you
now.
had
Last-
recorded that, Randall, and people saw how salty you got.
The last game is
Yep.
just so that people can see you not know what's going on. Play Undertale.
Oh God.
Or
gonna be-
you got a fourth one. You could just draw.
Mm. Those are facts. You know, and I don't want to hear you say you don't got a mic, because we have 3 here, and I have an interface over there, an extra interface.
Mm-hmm.
You literally
You have
have everything you
3,
need to stream.
You have 3 mics like what you got in front of you,
This is mine that I've bought, and Brian gave me 2.
and then you got this one.
And my
You wanna
and
talk about
in
that?
this. Hello.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure you can use your phone as a
Yep.
microphone as well.
That's also
Yeah.
true, but you don't want that. That's going to be worse than the headset. And Janiana just said her headset that she brought from her house has a microphone.
Pretty sure you have an Xbox 360 headset around there somewhere too.
Yeah, I do. It's in my closet, in my Harry Potter closet in my room.
There is no shortage of technology in that house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
I made
can
sure
stre-
that no one there's like, yo, we need a mic first. I made sure I left everything there because all I need is one.
hmm
I'm pretty sure if you ask nicely, Anthony would let you borrow the webcam that you guys are using right now if he's not using it for that stream.
yeah. It's literally USB, and it comes with a mount on its own, so you can put it on your anything.
Free HBO too.
And it's free HBO. If you hit this button right here, free HBO. Literally anything you say to yourself that you need, it's you hiding behind something.
I'm just not gonna say nothing.
You want to know? You want to know why we bring all this up, Randall?
I'm pretty sure you've conjured up some
You have a
crazy
fan
elaborate.
base. You,
here
you
we go.
have a fan base.
I always like the sound when someone puts a mic too close and it sounds like they're trying to order like a drive-through. Yeah, like you wanted a fucking chicken nugget. Oh, Brian's face, I can tell it really sounded bad. It's just the best part. Okay. I think that wraps it up, peeps. I know, Brian, what are you doing this week? Because you were looking up something.
So tomorrow, I did a poll on Twitter because I got Ableton, new music production software. I'm not accustomed.
I voted on that.
Which one did you vote?
Guess.
Probably the second one. You voted the second one.
Wrong answer.
Is that what you posted right before the podcast?
No, he did it like a couple days ago.
Yeah. It was basically a poll to see if people want to watch me learn the program. That's gonna take a while because it's pretty complex. Or if I should just start streaming it once I'm comfortable with it. Results came. People want to see the journey of it, so I'm streaming that tomorrow.
I thought it was a better option because if anybody else that goes onto your stream that does have experience with it, they can help you. They can teach you things as you're doing it. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I voted the correct answer. So whoever voted no, let me know their names.
Where'd you put the poll?
I don't know.
Twitter. He said Twitter.
Yeah,
Go for it.
So yeah, then tomorrow I'm over here thinking I'm already in Wednesday. Oh shit, Javi said he voted no. You would have ground your son.
Why won't he My bad. Go ahead, Brian.
So boom, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know if I'm streaming. Friday, I need to figure out what narrative game I want to start again because I beat Children of Morta on stream. I beat Undertale while you guys were watching. I might either start Grease because it's a shorter game, like the pretty platforming one, or Plague Tale and play one of those two.
Plague Tale's heavy in terms of
Heavy duty?
Yeah, so far I liked it. I just haven't finished it. It's the rat game.
Okay.
That you watch me play with me and the kid. And
rats.
That's a sad story. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
I've played a sad story on stream, Anthony.
I'm just letting you know.
Remains of Edith Finch. Probably the most depressing game I've played so far. So yeah, on Friday I'll do one of those. On Saturday, I entered a Grand Blue tournament that's online, and it's gonna be it's at 8 p.m. It's gonna be streamed, so we'll see what happens. See if I at least go 1 and 2.
You have the link?
Yeah.
Post that in the Discord.
Sure, I think I posted it in gaming.
That's how you sent it. I think you sent it to me directly and said you were gonna join.
You sent it to me directly.
Oh, I think I sent it to them directly.
Wow.
You should send it to Rand. Do you have Grand Blue?
Wow. He didn't send it to me.
I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, Kelsey hit him.
The salt corner over there.
Hit him, Kelsey.
About sharing shit to his friends.
Hit him.
I shared it. I sent it to people that will watch normally. The only person I didn't send it to yet was Tahavi and Johan. But
what are you talking about? I watch your stream a lot.
No, he's not streaming
lately.
It will be streamed.
Yeah, but lately.
Why does it matter? The point is that I'm doing it. Why you keep living in the past, man?
Because it's statistics. How do you think statistics are made?
I've been consistently watching him lately.
I'm telling you, my first reaction was send it to the people that normally watch, and that was the first thought. I didn't put any extra thought into it. The only people I forgot was Javi and Johan.
Did you want to enter it? Is that what you're saying about the link?
The link is where it's going to be streamed. I already entered it.
No, but Randall's asking for the link as in you wanted to enter
to watch
the tourney.
To watch the tournament.
Oh, I thought you were getting solid because he wanted to enter it.
No, I sent everybody else to watch.
Yeah.
I would have sent it to you anyway.
That's not the point.
Because I would have been watching it.
He sent it to Kelsey, who doesn't play fighting games. And he
doesn't play as regular as you, but he watches people's streams.
Yeah, he's basically watched my entire time of Grand Blue, so he learns the game, I guess.
Like I keep honestly wanting him to go back to, I never remember their fucking names. The Smile Lady, because I think
Oh,
you're a much
Catalina.
better fit for her. But I understand why it is that you want to play Dragon Lady.
Yeah.
At this point,
Catalina's boring.
Kelsey has watched Brian play so much that he can maybe body you in it. I don't know.
And what?
Oh shit.
And what?
In Grand Blue.
Name a fighting game.
Oh! All right, wait, it's 3 hours and we can't have this discussion.
Kelsey, you really don't
so
want the
yeah.
smoke, man.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, to recap.
We'll stream it. How's that?
Oof, there you go. That's how
It's
that could
gonna
be
be
your
a
first.
short stream.
Oh.
Kelsey
When I'm running
said-
a 31-0 train on you?
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay, guys, it's 3 hours. I gotta end it, bro. So, Brian, you're gonna be
So, yeah,
streaming
so
what?
Wednesday, music. Thursday, probably nothing. Friday, narrative game. Saturday, I get bodied.
Well, if you've played a bit already, so you're probably not gonna get bodied.
No, sir. I got the A rank.
You said it's at 8
Also.
in the morning?
PM.
Oh, shit, it's
I'm
gonna be
gonna
late.
Get up at 8 in the morning to go 0-2. What the hell? What do I look like?
All right. Did he send it again? Oh, no, you probably put it in the game
I
chat.
put it.
Oh, you sent it in the group
no,
chat. There you go.
Yeah, in the group
What
chat.
the fuck is that icon?
I don't know.
All right,
So-
moving on.
I was this made me think of Randall with the way he released his
video?
second thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, where he just like
God,
kind
man.
of sort of like whatever. So I've been watching. I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine as I'm like going to sleep, and we got to the episode where one of the characters gets engaged to another character, and the way they describe it makes me think of how Randall like promotes his
Uh-huh.
stuff. So we were chasing this guy. It was awesome. We went through an alley. We first put up some trash cans. We got engaged, and then we, arrested him. I'm sorry. Can you back that up? What did you say? We tripped over a trash can. No, not that. The other thing. We ran through an alley. Bro, you are killing me here. Like,
He just fit it in there quickly. Yes, or at least the second thing. Yo, but fucking that man was fantastic, dude.
that's what Dad did to Adam when he told him that he was getting married to his wife now. He was like ragging on Adam about getting a job, finding an apartment, we're getting married. Have you looked into this? Like, and Adam was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the fucking phone here. What did you just say?
You gotta find a job. No, that's not what it is. Oh my god. All right, peeps. So that's what you do. Oh, what am I doing this week? What's today? Tuesday? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh, so Activision decided to extend the double XP till Friday because they had trash as fuck servers over the weekend and nothing worked. So I might hop on that, but I don't know. So I'm probably just gonna spin a wheel again and see what happens. Double all week? Yeah. That's until Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Play Borderlands 3 so I can summon a badass. I'll probably do that because I had fun with that. I was streaming it about Borderlands 3 and Javi and E-Man were like, you know what would be great if we fuck out Anthony over in the, like, I don't know why when E-Man summons a badass, 7 of them come up and only one of them has his name. And then I'm like, oh, let me see if I can kill it. And I'm surrounded by things that have so much health. Zordon. I have no idea. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably play some Borderlands or just spin the wheel. Most likely spin the wheel or just put it up to a vote. I've been putting up the poll with the Twitch. You can put up a poll like built in now. And then put that on there. And that's it. I think that's it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's it. Episode 93 in the books. Thank you guys for watching. I'll
So
see
I gotta
you
come up
guys.
with something good to do
I
for
don't know what
100.
the hell we're gonna do for 100. Like I'm not gonna go scour 100 episodes of this thing to go look for best moments. We should have been the right thing to do. Starting with 100, we gotta start marking shit. Like I need someone to start marking stream markers and something to keep track. Cause make me dab. Oh, channel points. Let's go. That's my dab. He got it. You basically just fold the edges with the spatula. Okay. That's it. Episode 93. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. And if not, tomorrow. Bye.